know it, we are in the back half of the NRL season, baby. Hey guys, how you going? Today down BKR Sport, we are live for a bit of Friday night football as the West Tigers are going to be taking on the Canberra Raiders, who have been having an absolutely fantastic season this year. And the Tigers, look, there's some positives there. You know, they are definitely a development club, Tigers fans. We've gone over this. Don't start on this BKR Sport hates the Tigers bandwagon because you know it's bullshit, because it's proven me right now. They're still developing. You know, they're on their way to being a better club, especially considering they've won 3 wooden spoons in a row. You can't expect greatness just immediately. You've just got to wait your time, be patient, as the Tigers are pushing themselves away from the bottom of the table, even though they are still close to the bottom of the table currently. But there is promising signs here for the West Tigers. And Canberra, they've just absolutely exploded. I'm not going to actually say that the Canberra Raiders have exploded out of nowhere. I'm not going to say it. For a lot of you, for a lot of people out there, yes, they did. But if you go back and you have a look at my post-season review of the Canberra Raiders last year, I saw it coming. Not to this extent. I did not think they would be this good, this quickly. But I did see a young roster there that was building for the future, and they did look a lot better than what people were thinking on paper, including myself. And they were looking a lot better on a sustainability kind of focus. So, look, really excited to see how the Raiders go on tonight. This will be a big proving thing for them, just to, you know, really beat out a team that they would be expected to beat, because it's all well and good, and this is a really weird thing to say, but it's all well and good to be able to go up and play well and compete and beat the teams at the top of the table. But you don't want to get complacent. You don't want to go up against a team here in the Tigers who are 13th. They're coming off the back of 3 wooden spoons in a row. Haven't made the finals since 2011. The Raiders will be coming in here with high expectations. They win this game, they'll still be equal first with the Bulldogs. You know, they could easily come in and think, we've got this game won and in the bag already, which just isn't the case in any rugby league game, and especially not in 2025 when you are seeing so many upset results every single week. Not every single game anymore. There was a week where there was all 5 results were actually upsets, but there's a lot of upsets this year, so you can't come into any game complacent, and that's my biggest worry here with Canberra, that this is a game they are expected to win, and to win well. They have a really good record against the Tigers outside of the last game last year, but the point is they're expected to win well, so they have to come in here and do the job. But let's get into the 2-team lineups here today, guys, before we do get into the ladder, and then we'll see what you guys are saying in the chat. Obviously, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got a bunch of games this weekend. There are 3 buys, which is the Bulldogs, which is big for them. I think Manly also get a buy. Let me quickly have a look here, actually. So the 3 buys this week are Manly, the Dragons, and the Bulldogs. So huge buys there for all 3 of those teams in a really, really critical time, because Manly, and I'm actually just going to quickly put this out here because the buys will be given their points as soon as this game does start. So Manly 11, they're on 14 points. They've got a plus 22 points differential. They've got up to 16 points, so they'll be equal to the Broncos, the Roosters, and the Dolphins. And all three of those teams play Broncos. They've got a really tough game coming up. But the Manly Seagulls will, for the time being, go into the top 8 before the games are played this weekend. The Bulldogs will guarantee themselves the spot at the top of the table for another weekend. They've got just a little bit better points differential than the Raiders right now. But with that being said, the Raiders have had 1 less bye than the Bulldogs, I believe. So this will mean they'll have 2 less byes by the end of this one, which means technically the Raiders kind of are looking pretty good for it. But looking pretty good for that minor premiership currently. But it's a big battle between those 2 teams at the top. So Bulldogs will guarantee their spot at the top of the table for another week. And then the Dragons, they're on 14 points. They go up alongside Manly, so they'll go into... They do not have a better points differential than the Roosters, so they'll go up to 10th. So Manly go to 8th, Roosters drop to 9th, and the Dragons go to 10th. So that's the ladder before this game does start here. But let's get into these 2 teams, which actually have nothing to do with the 3 teams I just mentioned. Actually, the Bulldogs do with the Raiders. But all right, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Let's get into it. So the Tigers come to this game from 13th position. The Raiders come to this game from 2nd position. And this is at Campbelltown Sports Stadium in Sydney. So not Leichhardt, it is out there in Campbelltown. Now, the ins here for the Tigers, Alex Twal, Fanua Pole, and Talon Da Silva, who I believe has been let go. That's crazy, Tigers. That's just ridiculous. Like, if it's true, I saw something talking about it potentially. Please let me know in the chat. If Talon Da Silva's been let go and released to another club, I think it might have been, I can't remember who it was, but if he has gone, that's ridiculous. He's a great player. Charlie Murray, Kit Laulaliti, and Luke Laulaliti are the 3 outs there instead. Now the fullback is Dream the Dream, Bola Tosoviti Man, with another Tosoviti Man here, and Sunya Torova on the wing, alongside Jarrell Skelton. Adam Dewey and Stafford Toa are the centres, with the 5'8" being Heath Mason, and the halfback is Jerome Luai, backing up from State of Origin on Wednesday, where Queensland did get the win, baby. Ha 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 ha! Woo! Don't forget it. Don't forget it, son. Do not forget it. Gee whiz. Then you go to the number 9, which is Happy Side Cottle Sow, and the front rowers are Terrell May and Sione Fayunu, who comes in off the bench here to start in prop. Back rowers Samwala Fayunu and Alex Seyfarth, with the 13 being Alex Twell. Interchange of Fanua Pole, who drops off the starting lineup onto the bench alongside Talon Da Silva, Latu Fayunu, and Jack Bird. Interesting to see Latu Fayunu is on the interchange there and not actually starting the 5/8, but they do like what Heath Mason's been doing. And then you go to the 18th minute replacement, which is Tony Suka, and the coach is Benji Marshall. This Tigers team, still a lot of room for improvement, man. You know, they have started to falter a lot more recently. They got off to a great start this season, and, you know, Tigers fans were feeling hopeful, and that's great. You want to see Tigers fans hopeful after a really tough last couple of years, really tough last decade and a half, realistically. Yeah, they won the premiership in 2005, but that was 20 years ago now. You know, so it's been a really, really tough time for Tigers fans, and they're finally starting to see a little bit of positives. Yes, they lost their first game 10-8 to the Knights, but then they went and whooped the Eels 32-6. They beat the Dolphins 30-18 when the Dolphins weren't as good as they are right now. They gave it a really good crack against the Warriors and lost 26-24 in Campbelltown. And the Warriors have obviously shown that they're a very good team this year, up there in third position. They went and lost to the Broncos 46-24. They beat the Knights 20-4. Then they lost to the Eels 38-22. Beat the Sharkies in a big upset there. That was at Leichhardt 20-18. Had a really good win against the Dragons 34-28, scoring 34 points. And then it's all gone downhill since then. Since that Dragons win, it has all gone downhill. 64-0 loss to Melbourne in Amy Park. They lost 22-12 to the Rabbitohs. Had a bye. They lost 32-28 to the Cowboys, and they lost 18-14 to the Panthers before having another bye there. So they are on a 4-game losing streak here, the Tigers, and in that 4-game losing streak, they've conceded 64, 86, 96, 106, 116, 118, 136 points in their last 4 games they've conceded. So their defense has taken a massive hit because their points differential was actually really good. It was in the positives. It was alongside kind of like the Broncos with their plus 44. It was alongside theirs. But unfortunately, their points differential now has dropped off to minus 62. So that's a big switch. That's like a 100-point switcheroo. That is absolutely crazy. And obviously, most of that came down to that 64-0 flogging. Now, if you go on the flip side there, so 136 points they've conceded recently. They scored 0 against the Storm, 12 against the Rabbitohs, 28 against the Cowboys was good, so that's 40 points, and then 14 points against the Panthers. So in their last 4 games, they've scored 54 points and conceded 136. So that is a massive, massive switch there from the positives that we were seeing in that first part of the season, the first 10 or so games, and now it's just gone downhill. And now they play the Raiders, which is a very tough team. Yes, they've had the bye. The Raiders are a tough team who have a good record against them. They play Manly next week at Brookvale. Then they play the Roosters, who have got a bit of form right now at Allianz. And they travel to New Zealand to take on the New Zealand Warriors at Go Media Stadium before taking on the 2025 champions Gold Coast Titans at Leichhardt. So really tough, definitely 4 games coming up. I'm joking, obviously, about my team. But, you know, we are going to be the 2025 champions in my dreams. How about that one? So, look, I do worry about the Tigers. You know, their trajectory is not upwards right now. It is kind of falling back into a little bit of... not complacency, it's not the right word. They're falling back into old demons. They're finding the old demons of the West Tigers the last couple of years in recent weeks. So it is a concerning trajectory for the Tigers, especially considering that they could be, no, they can't be equal last this week because the Eels and Titans play, but they probably would be dropping into the bottom 4 if they are to lose this game here today. We'll get into later in a second. Now, the Raiders, on the other hand, you've got Jed Stewart coming in here. Get around Rick Stewart, Jed Stewart, with the out being Civilio Tamale, who was an unfortunate big-time injury there. I think it was his ACL. God bless him. You know, I'm 100% sure it was ACL, but I'm pretty certain it was. It's a really rough one because he was having a really good season there for the Raiders, but Jed Stewart, he'll lap it up. He'll come in and we'll see what he can do. Now, the fullback is KO Weeks, with the wingers being Jed Stewart and Xavier Savage. Centers of Matty Tomoko and Sebastian Chris, who has been honestly unbelievable to watch these last couple of years. Ethan Strange is the 5'8", with Jamal Fogarty as the halfback. He's off to Manly next year, with the front row forwards being Josh Papali'i and Joseph Tarpany, who was the captain. You go to the number 9, Tom Starling, with the back row Hudson Young and Zach Hosking, and the 13 is Corey Horsburgh. Interchange is Owen Paddy, Simi Sasangi, Morgan Smithies, and Atta Mariota, with the 18th minute replacement being Noel Martin, and Sticky Ricky Stewart is the Coach, this is a very well-balanced, underrated Raiders team. And I say underrated because, yeah, look, people are noticing them now, but coming into this season, most people had them in the bottom four. Most people usually have this Raiders team in the bottom four, right? And I went high this year and put them in ninth. And I still copped a little bit of criticism for it pre-season, where I put the Raiders as high as I did. Now, they are second and equal first. No, they're not equal first, sorry, because the Bulldogs... they're on 26 points and the Raiders are on 24 points. They're technically equal second with the Warriors, but a much better points differential. But their points differential isn't too separate to the Dogs. We'll get into that in a second. But the point is that, you know, I'm very happy that I could at least see that the Raiders were a lot better of a team than what their roster was necessarily showing. They have been a very... I would say boring team to watch for a very long time now. This year, not so much. I'm loving them this year, and right now I actually genuinely think that they nearly might be my premiership favourites, but they have to win games like this. They have to win games against teams they're expected to beat. So that's why, although this doesn't look like a big game, for me, I do believe it is. But the Raiders, their season so far, obviously they beat the Warriors 30-8. They beat the Broncos 32-22. They got whooped by Manly and the Cowboys 40-12 and 30-20, which is really strange, especially considering that was the Cowboys' first win, and Manly have been really inconsistent this season. Then they went and had a great win against the Sharks 24-20, flogged the Eels in Darwin 50-12, beat the Titans 30-20, beat the Dolphins 40-28, beat the Storm 20-18, which was a great win there up there at Magic Round. Did lose to the Dogs 32-20 in a really rough one because they were up 20-0 in that game and then conceded 32 straight points in the second half. So that was a real rough one for them. But then went and beat the Titans 40-24, beat the Warriors 16-10 in New Zealand, which was a really good effort there with these two teams being second and third. Beat the Roosters 26-24 and then beat the Rabbitohs 36-12 with their bye right after that. Their first bye of the season coming in round 15, which is a long time between drinks. That is a long time to get your first bye, but it does set you up for a good couple of rests coming into this back part of the season, which the Raiders are really desperately going to want. So recently, they've got 4 straight wins. 4 straight wins. And unfortunately, they could have had 6, 7. They could have had 10 straight wins coming into this game if they hadn't have thrown away that lead to the Dogs. So since that game against the Cowboys, there's 1 win against the Sharks, 2 against the Eels, 3 against the Titans, 4 against the Dolphins, 5 against the Storm. Lost that game to the Dogs. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so if they hadn't have thrown away that 20-0 lead, they would be on a 10-game win streak right now, the Canberra Raiders. So that is a harsh one to look at, but with that being said, it's still a very positive sign that they've won 9 out of their last 10 games. You know, that's why they're as high up on the table as they are. So when you look at this roster, you look at how they're playing this season, you look at the trajectory for both teams. One team's on a 9 out of 10 game streak right now, and the only team they've lost to in that 10-game, phase was the top of the table Bulldogs. The Tigers on the negative trajectory. The Raiders are on a very consistent and upwards trajectory. You've got to take the Raiders here, and you've got to take them 13 plus. Now, I'm very well aware that Canberra could lose this game, and I'm very well aware that upsets are happening left, right, and centre in the NRL. But you've got to go the Raiders 13 plus. And if it happens to be a surprise, then that is against everything that both these teams have been showing of late and this year in general. That would go against everything that we've seen. And especially with the fact that, Luai's backing up from Origin. He hasn't had much rest. It's only been 2 days. It's only literally been 2 days, 2 sleeps since he played against Queensland over there in Perth. So he's got back to Sydney, but that was all the way over in Perth. So that's going to be a really, really tough one for him to back up from. So, yeah, look, I am going to be taking the Raiders here 13 plus, but I'm also very well aware that anything that we say here could just be thrown right back into our face. 5 minutes to go into a kickoff, so let's go quickly through the ladder here before we get into the chat. Obviously, thumbs up, subscribe. The Raiders are there on 24 points, equal with the Warriors right now on second and third. If they've got a plus 96 points differential, which is 2 points differential worse off than the Dogs. They have played 1 more game. They obviously have 2 byes remaining. This is the Dogs' 3rd bye this weekend, so they won't have another bye to go. So the Raiders, if they win this game, if they were to go out and win it out, which I don't necessarily believe happens, but they probably are still, you would assume, favourites to win the minor premiership if they are to just keep up here with the Dogs right now. But their plus 96 is only 2 points differential off the Dogs, but the Dogs have the bye. So, Bulldogs will go to 28, the Raiders will go to 26, and then the Warriors obviously play the Panthers on Saturday. I think it's tomorrow. I think the Warriors play the Panthers tomorrow. I'm not too sure. We'll be live for it anyway. But if they win this game, they will guaranteed stay in second because the Warriors' points differential is 35, right? So it's not going to be switching there. But this is a good chance for the Raiders to push themselves well advanced of the differential of the Bulldogs. That's what they're going to be targeting. This is a game to target for your points differential based off of what we know about both these teams at the moment. Now, if they lose this game, again, they are up 96-35 over the Warriors. So they'd have to lose by 51 today to go below the Warriors. Good luck with that one happening. But the Warriors play the Panthers. So if the Warriors beat the Panthers, the Raiders would then go into third. And the Storm with their plus 171 points differential, they're only 2 points behind right now. They play the Rabbitohs. You would expect the Storm to win. So the Raiders, if they lose, probably do drop off to fourth. But if they win, they stay in second place. So that's the Raiders' little summary there. Tigers, on the other hand, they're in 13th, and they're just in an absolute schmozzle of a up and down, left and right from the top 8 to the last place position. So on 14 points equal with the Rabbitohs, but they've got a better points differential than them, who are on minus 88. The Tigers have a minus 62. Now the teams on 14 as well as the Dragons and Manly, who have a minus 59 for the Dragons and plus 22 for Manly. If they were to win this game, they would for the time being go above... No, they can't go above either Dragons or Manly because they've both got their... Sorry, I'll correct that. They can't go above Manly because they'd have to win by about 80 points. They can go above the Dragons with a 3 or more point win. They have to win by just 3 points because it's minus 59 for the Dragons, minus 62 for the Tigers. They win by 3. They go above the Dragons as well, so they'll actually go into 10th position. The Dragons will only go up to 11th position. I think so, yes, because the Cowboys and Panthers on the 15 points there, they both play the Roosters and the Warriors, but immediately they drop below Manly and Dragons. So yes, the Tigers will for the time being go up to 11th, but again, the Cowboys and the Panthers both get to play this weekend. The Roosters are there on 16 points as well. Long story short, the Tigers, if they win, will probably be finishing in around... They might finish exactly where they are. There's a genuine chance they could finish exactly where they are. If the Panthers win. But long story short, they're probably around that 12th position or 13th position with a win here. Unlucky for them that both the Dragons and Manly have a bye. They lose this game, however. The Rabbitohs on 14 points played the Storm. If the Rabbitohs got a miraculous win there, then they would go above them. Or if they lose, Tigers lose, it's just not going to be too much of a switcheroo there. Rabbitohs probably get pumped there, but we'll see. But the Rabbitohs could jump above them. The Knights, they play the Dolphins. They're on minus 69, while the Tigers are minus 62. So if the Knights won by about 8 points, they would go above the Tigers too. And then the Eels and Titans both play each other. And now the Tigers are minus 62, Eels are minus 105, and the Titans are minus 122. So if the Titans win, that's not really going to be switching around unless the Tigers get whooped here today. And the same thing kind of goes there for the Eels. So realistically speaking, the Tigers, if they lose this game here today, would be situated in 15th. But the game has just kicked off here, guys. The Tigers will kick it off to the Raiders, and they will bring it out here to the 13. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. There's a little analysis there for the game. Let's get to the chat. Let's see what you are saying. Fire it up here for a big game of rugby league. And now second tackle now for the Raiders coming out from their own 15. All right, someone's already been timed out. Olivia Reid with the $8 return donation says another day, another donor. Happy Friday, everyone. Get around it, Olivia. Fire it up. Fire it up. Rush, thank you very much for the donation. Rush 101 says Raiders are grubs. It's funny, I was on the phone to my mum before. Fourth tackle here for the Raiders at 30. On the phone to my mum, big Sharks fan, and she's just like, oh, I hate Canberra. She's just like, they're the biggest grubs in the competition. I'm like, well, listen, you love Paul Gallen, right? And she goes, yes. And you love Michael Ennis, right? And she goes, yes. Well, how are we going and calling other teams grubs at this point? I said, you love Militalo? And then she tried to say that everyone goes at him and he doesn't do it to them. Listen, I actually don't mind Canberra. I think Ricky Stewart's a wanker, but all in entertainment purposes. Second tackle now for the Tigers. They'll get this ball out of the 35. It wasn't a great kick there from Canberra. But the point of the matter is that you're not the only one who thinks that Rush 1-1. But I don't mind Canberra as much as others do. Don't like them. Darcy says, go Tigers. I heard he was being free to negotiate. Yeah, it's rough if you're losing talent to Silva. He's a great backup hooker there, and I think that he definitely should be starting in the next couple of years. Happy Psychotic South doesn't have a huge amount of years left on him, so I find it really interesting, but Tigers love to give away young youth prospects. Fifth tackle now for the Tigers at 35 on the Raiders side of the field. Pack says, Tigers have lost almost every game at home. Is that true? Wow, I didn't even know. Oh, that's obstruction? What? Hello? You can't run behind your player there to get to space. So the Raiders will knock that ball backwards, and it's going to be... Oh, it's going to be offside, and it's going to be a penalty here to Canberra. Jerome Luai has quite literally just ran behind his own player to gain space to be able to kick that ball there. How have we not been calling the obstruction there, referee? But either way, it's going to be in front of the kicker, and it's going to be a penalty to the Raiders here regardless. But I really don't understand how that wasn't a penalty to... I really don't understand how that wasn't a penalty to Canberra at the 45. But they'll be at the 45 now, first tackle. That's a wild no call there. Pack says, Tigers are going to lose, bro. GG. I agree. You reckon Tigers get over 8 points first half? No, I do not. But that's a pretty low... That's pretty... Maybe. But Canberra's defense hasn't actually been that fantastic this year. It's been their attack. Defensively, they've given up 300 points, which is the third worst in the top 8 right now. It's the third worst in the top 8, and it's worse than a couple of teams outside of the top 8. So... Canberra's defense is actually leaky. It's just their attack has been so good this year. Canberra now on fourth tackle will be 33 metres out here from the line. Canberra have scored 396 points, which is 66 more than the Bulldogs, mind you. Raiders out to KO Weeks, and KO Weeks will be taken down to the 30 on fifth tackle. They roll it back to Tom Starling. He goes out to the right. Canberra kick this ball up into the corner. Interesting little kick. The chase is there, though. Raiders will knock the ball on through Zach Hosking. And it will be Tigers getting the ball back out to the 10. So yeah, to clarify, Raiders have scored 396 points, which is better than the Dogs, better than the Warriors, 8 points off the Storm, better than the Sharks by a long way. The Dolphins have the best attack in the comp, but that's off the basis of the last 3 weeks at 408, and they're still only 12 points off them, despite the fact that Dolphins have been just ridiculously scoring this last few weeks. Better than the Bronx. Like they're in the top... They're in the top 3 for attack this year. Yeah, they're third for attack, but only 12 points behind first in the Dolphins and only 8 points behind second in the Melbourne Storm. So that's what the Canberra Raiders have been doing the best this year. So third tackle now for the Tigers, and that's a great run. They'll get this ball to the 40. Jeez, that's a fantastic run there for the Tigers. Third tackle. Seb Watson says, Pack, so Tigers going to lose, but then you're asking if they score 9 points or more. A bit of a contradiction. A little bit of a contradiction there, Seb Watson. But then again, are we surprised by the chat? Are we surprised with the contradictory chat comments? Fifth tackle here at the 40 for the Tigers. Because I know I'm not. No. Olivia says, anyway, any family members get playing today, and do they go to your church? So no, and also... Oh! I think that's going to be a... knock on tie. It's going to be a penalty to the Raiders. He's just going to say that he was a... I don't know. What do they call it? Disruptor or some shit? What is he calling? Disruptor doesn't even exist anymore. Are they saying he's just not competing? Yeah, Dream Baller jumps out of it. Yeah, no, it's the right call. Dream Baller goes up for it and then he pulls himself out. So basically it's a disruptor without them calling it that. But you know what's funny about that, Olivia, is that the person was talking about Ray Puru, and it's like, while I'm happy to believe it, they didn't actually spell his name correctly. So I was like, if you're not going to spell the person's name correctly, do you actually know the person? So Raiders will get this ball here at the 35. Joshua Aneliu says, hello Joshua. Someone says, Blaze is closely related to Corey Horsburgh, I heard. You shut your dirty mouth. Pillow Scout says, that Queensland win still feel good. Oh, Pillow Scout, tell him, mate, tell him. Don't let him run away from it. Let him have that salt, just let him have that little salt there on their steak. And it's a bad steak. It's a well-done steak, mind you. Not a medium rare New South Wales are getting after the week that's just gone. We won the under-19s men's and we won the actual men's. But don't let them get away with it. They think they can have medium rare steak. No. You get a well-done steak if you are a New South Wales fan this week, and we're going to chuck plenty of salt on it for the absolute nonsensical 10-2 robbery calls that have absolutely no relation to actually picking apart an incorrect call there for New South Wales. So Raiders now, right-hand side. Now they kick it back to the left. Jamal Fogarty, high kick up. Good chase here from Canberra. They catch the ball. Can he get the offload away, though? They cannot. So it'll be 5 metres out from their own line. Tigers with the ball. Adam says, try it, boy. Me? Oh, sorry, scoreboard. Thank you, Jay. I will refresh the scoreboard. Sorry, guys. It was Jay's fault. He told me 6 minutes in. It was Jay's fault. It is. And Skunkle for sure. Like, I've never seen a more person at fault than Skunkle and Anthony Milford. That's for sure. Brocky Sports, get around, you big fella. Says Mr. Streamer, how you going, my man? Good, man. Flying. Jay's removed Skinner's scoreboard comment. Oh, Jay's getting jealous now. He's getting jealous of people helping me out with the scoreboard. 4 tackle for the Tigers. And they'll get this ball to the 35 on their own side of the field. Appy Cottery Sow with a 40-20. Dink! Oh! Oh, Canberra's knocked that ball back in. Well done. Jeez, how has he knocked that ball back in? That was about to be a 40-20 from Cottery Sow. It was a bad bounce. And Luckily for Canberra, though, I'd just knock it back in. Dasmate says Balmain 13 plus. Yeah, Balmain's not playing today. Yeah, no, Balmain's not playing today. This is at Campbelltown, the home of the Western Suburbs Magpies. Come on, Daz. I'm the Queenslander here. I'm from Gold Coast, mate. How do I know more than you in Belmore? You're like next door neighbours. You can knock on the door of Campbelltown Sports Stadium. Jared Farm Money says, praying for a good game tonight. I need to wash my brain from last round. Yeah, last round was awful. Round 15, if you guys didn't watch it for the NRL, round 15 was dreadful to watch. 4 tackle here for Canberra. Josh Papali'i gets the ball to the 40 on fit tackle. Lagan says, Bulldogs first. Just remember that. Yeah, no, we can see it, mate. Yeah, no, I'm not actually blind. No. I haven't been blind since before I was born. So, unfortunately, we can see the Dogs at the top of the table, but the Titans are coming in hot, mate. The Titans are coming in hot. We've won our last game. You're only as good as your last game, and that's what I'm running with. And it goes the same thing for Origin. Nikhil said, I just want to see some good tries. I just want to see a good game. Is it too much to ask for? Third tackle now for the Tigers at 38. Dadsmate says 15% of that bet is donated to the BKR fund. 15% now. Yes, inflation is a thing. I like it. I didn't even see a bet in the chat, to be fair, so we'll do it anyway. 4 tackle here for the Tigers, the 42, and 6 again for West, and it's going to be Terrell May inside the 30 on first tackle. Oh, he nearly got stripped there. Oh, Terrell May, jeez, what are you doing, son? Get the biffo going. 6 again. Andrew says 30 degrees, not a cloud in the sight. What a day to have off work. That's ridiculous. You're a liar, Andrew. We've gone over this time and time again, son. We've gone over this time and time again. England has never seen sun in the history of ever. We need you to stop lying. We need you to be truthful. This is a very serious channel here, mate. England is rain, and when it stops raining, I can see rain coming over there. Second tackle down for the Tigers. 8 metres out. Jerome Luai gives it off, and Heath Mason will be crunched down 6 metres away from the line. Third tackle. First real attack of the game for either team here. Get around you, Jason. First time chatter. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Do you think Buller will score? The Raiders' defence isn't that great, mate. So maybe. I got the Raiders to win 13+, but I definitely think that there's a chance for anyone to score, and the Tigers might do it right now. Dream Buller! No. 3 metres out. It'll get taken down. It'll be Canberra ball. Oh, fifth tackle. Sorry, I thought that was fifth then. This is fifth. Jerome Luai steps around. He gives it off to Terrell May. Terrell May to Api Kotoi-Sau. He kicks his ball across. The wingers are all over the shop. That's knocked back here, and that should be a knock on. Yeah, knock on Raiders. So it's going to be Tigers baller at the 10. Yeah, I agree. I agree with Adam G. So that'll be a knock on there from the Raiders, and the Tigers will get a 6 again. 10 metres out. Dasmate says Jed even has that shit bald spot Ricky has. Oh, jeez. Oh, no, we can't talk about bald anymore on here after my rampage at Ashley Klein on Wednesday. We can't do it. Talking about... We can't do it anymore. We've got a ban talking about baldness on this channel because... Apparently my mum didn't watch any of the stream until the last 5 minutes and then tuned in and she's like doing a business and whatnot on the Gold Coast right now, and the person she was with, she was showing the channel to them, and that was at the time that Ashley Klein in the bunker made that horrific Kalimpong call, and that's the only part of the stream that they watched. They did find it super funny, but like, out of all the stream, Tigers here, good chance! I think that's been knocked dead. Yeah, it is going to be knocked dead, so dropout coming up. Someone says, Jay, you just need to put it as soon as the stream starts to take about 15 minutes to catch up with the chat. Said Watson, you know, you're English, so you're not a smart man, but you're a smart man in this one. Smart man in this one. Jay says, I need to email him the night before to remind him. No, please just send a smoke signal. I'm in Thailand, mate. I need your help. Send the smoke signal. Considering what's going on in the world right now, you know, I've got plenty of smoke signals coming from everywhere. I can see plenty of smoke coming all around. I need your one, though, to be pink. I need you to make it a pink smoke signal. So first tackle here for the Tigers at the 35. Logan Balzac says, we can talk about all this rubbish about the 2023 late nights finals charge, but it's time to start talking about the 2025 Titans finals charge. Exactly right. Very serious topic to discuss about. Very serious. I've never seen something more serious in my life. You know, that's a really great comment from you, Logan. I'm not used to that. Third tackle now at the 15. Wow. Wow, it's very intelligent from you. I'm really impressed. So third tackle, you can get past grade 2 and you've been promoted to grade 3. So Dream Buller, don't worry, Daz is only 1 grade above you at the moment. So fourth tackle here, 5 metres out. 11 minutes into the game, by the way. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Happy Psychotomy Sow gives it off here. Raiders defense looks all over the shop, but Tigers 2 meters away. Fit tackle. Fit tackle now for the Tigers. Kotoi Sow. Short ball to... No. Oh, wow. Luai. Oh, how has he not scored? No, I don't think so. I don't know what's happened here. I can't believe Luai's actually caught that, but I don't think he scored, and then the ball's just been juggled around. Adam G is going to call no try here. He believes Jerome Luai loses it into a Canberra Raider potentially, and he's right there. So Luai is coming down. Okay, you're going to press play here, Bunker, so we can see it play. Yeah, no, thank you, Casey. Oh, no, Casey's in the bunker today. And... yeah, he's lost the ball there. Wow, Joe Tarpany has just saved a try. Well done, Joe Tarpany. That's brilliant. That's a brilliant try saver there from Joe Tarpany, which will end up being a knock-on from the Tigers. And Canberra will get this ball at the 20 now. Jeez, that's huge. That is a huge try-saver tackle there from Joe Tarpany. Adam, what did he say? Yank, bro, the Magpies. What? What? Skidderman says, how many Andrews are there? Too many, mate. Too many. We've got to deal with one Andrew Backhouse that confused the living shit out of us yesterday. First tackle now with the Raiders. I'm still trying to get over Andrew Backhouse comparing the Dom Young the Dom Young try for the Roosters against the Knights last week to the Hamiso knock-on at the 40. I'm still baffled in how they're two contextually even remotely similar, except for the fact that it doesn't even make... It still doesn't make sense. Out of the left-hand side now, and Ethan Strange at 35 to 30. Good run here from Canberra. Good set. Forward tackle. Oh, that's going to be 6 again. And they didn't call 6 again. Damn, I disagree. But Hudson Young, he'll be 25 metres out. He's also backing up from Origin. Barely. And Jamal Fogarty puts another high ball, left corner. Canberra go up for it. They knock it back. Canberra knock it back again. I think that's going to be knocked back here from Canberra. No, they're going to say, I think, knock on. Yeah, Tigers ball. Canberra's been a little bit all over the shop so far. Sports Zone says Tigers have been robbed because of the 2-0 penalty count. Oh, so Adam G is going to... the Raiders are going to challenge this. Adam G is going to... Well, not Adam G. The Raiders are challenging this. But you're right, Sports Zone. Yeah, no, 2-0 penalty count. Outrageous. I know they've both been legitimate and the Raiders haven't done anything to give away a penalty yet, but that doesn't matter in New South Wales Blues mindsets. So Tarpey doesn't touch that with his hands. That goes through his legs there. So then if Kotoi Sow knocks this ball on here, it'll actually be Raiders' ball. And... ooh. Not a knock on Kotoi Sow. It's play onto this stage. I think Canberra get this ball. Yeah, this is going to be a 6 again. But that's gone backwards, though. Yeah, Ethan Strange just lost his ball backwards, but who gets the ball after that? Well, it's definitely gone backwards here. It's definitely 1,000,000,000% gone backwards, Casey. But then again, I got... yeah. Oh, well, the bunker actually made the correct call. Wow. So it's 6 again here to the Raiders. 18 metres out. Can't believe it. The bunker actually was able to call a no knock on. Wow. After Wednesday night with Callum Ponga, I thought that if the ball was going backwards, it was actually knock on. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, Casey. Really good stuff there from Casey Badger. So Connor's house trying to say he didn't play that ball, but ultimately you're there. You've touched it. You have played it. Like, it is a play, that ball. So Canberra now, first tackle, and they're 15 metres away here from the line. Their first real attacking opportunity of the game now. Jamal Fogarty, he'll give it back here to Zach Hosking, and Hosking is going to be 10 metres away from the line. Second tackle. Klein should have got player of the match, Jason says. Yeah, but probably not for the reasons that you're thinking. That's too easy of a try for Joe Tarpany. Wow, Joe Tarpany saves a try at the other end of the field and then goes over himself. First try of the game. Joseph Tarpany, the big bopper. The big bopper, Joe Tarpany, goes absolutely bang, and we 4-0 here to Canberra with a kick to come. And that is just awful defence there. Unfortunately, Heath Mason comes up in the line and just completely skipped past Joe Tarpany. Did he realise that Joe Tarpany's in the game, or we're just chilling? We're kicking it about, kicking around. Yes, Joe Tarpany's actually the captain of the other team, so he definitely is in the game here, Heath Mason. Jason's glad they didn't watch the late. We can't get through one stream without a ladyboy. Dearie me, I can't wait to be in Vietnam in about a week's time. I can't wait, because the ladyboy shit will finally go, hopefully. Will finally go. Only 12 minutes. Yeah, exactly right, Seb. Only 12 minutes in before someone comments about ladyboy. It's unbelievable. Jace, I score all my tries with my elbows because it's a little bit classy. Thank you, Jay. Jared says, Seb, it was good while it lasted. Yeah, we gave it a good crack. 12 minutes is actually a record here for this channel at the moment. Oh, dearie me. Is that the worst defensive display ever? Jack Lewis is pretty up there. Yeah, no, it's really impressively bad. That was impressively bad defense there from the Tigers. So Jamal Fogarty at Campbelltown Sports Stadium is actually 10 from 10 conversion-wise. He has never missed a kick at Campbelltown Sports Stadium, and he's not going to miss this one. Hopefully I haven't put the commentator's curse on him, but it's right next to the post, and he definitely won't. He will make it. So 6-0 here to Canberra. It's 15 minutes into the game. Seb says, Jay's a big fan, though, of the old Thai ladies. The old Thai ladies. Is that right, Jay? Well, Jay, you're pretty close. You're only 1 hour time difference from Thailand over there in Perth, China. So older the better, Seb. Yeah, well, Jay is turning 93 this year, so it makes sense. No, it does make sense. You know what? For your birthday, Jay, I'll buy you a dog. I'll buy you a dog for your birthday this year, because I know how much you love going and seeing dogs. All right, so the Raiders now up 6-0, and Josh Papali'i will get the sport of the 15. It's actually crazy that no matter who you supported last week, whether you're a Raiders fan, a Rabbitohs fan, if they were playing, or just anyone in general, it was emotional to see Papali'i get over. Like, it was such an awesome swan song there for his 319th game. Like, it was amazing to watch as he scored that try and then the second try. Like, I saw Ricky was crying. I even was a little bit emotional, but I kept it in quite well. You know, Josh Papali'i is a legend of the game, man. Played Queensland for a very long time. Played Canberra for a very long time, obviously. That's the point. And then to score a couple of tries like that and then get to the conversion as well was just brilliant. All right, so Raiders now will throw to Matty Timoko, and Timoko will get away from a couple of tackles. He's still going here. This is pretty weak tackling, and he'll get this ball to the 40 on fit tackle. See, me old mate from China hooked us up in the Origin, eh? What? What are you talking about? And Tigers get the ball to 15. Someone says, Josh was in my church in England this week, was very happy with his conversion. Stop it. Second tackle. I'm glad that you spelled his name correctly, though. That's a good start. That's a good start. A weak gutted dog, Dasmate says. Listen, that's solidified for one person only. That is solidified for one person and one person only. Mr. James Salmon. So fit tackle at the 50. Raiders fans everywhere these days, crazy. Daz, it is quite wild. Like, look, I'm not going to deny that Canberra fans are passionate, but I will also say that I've been to plenty of games in Canberra where the crowd has been nowhere close to a sellout. Oh, good running by KO Weeks. He's away, still going. He's at the 40, the 45, the 50. He's got numbers. He's got Ethan Strange. Luai's chasing. Strange will keep going after getting tripped up. And Luai's the one who stopped the try. So Raiders here, 18 metres out from the line. First tackle. What a run from KO Weeks, though. And unfortunately, it was a slow play the ball. So the Raiders, they just don't have the numbers now. And Sebastian Chris is... Wow, that's an offload from Sebastian Chris. And Chevy Stewart with the try. Chevy Stewart. Jed Stewart with the try. Jed Stewart on debut with the try for Canberra. It's 10-0 with the kit to come. Jed Stewart comes in first time here and scores a try. And Canberra go out to a 10-0 lead. A 10-0 lead here for the old Canberra Raiders. 10-0 lead. Ricky Stewart's son gets in and he'd be very happy with that one. And what a pass from Sebastian Chris. What a fantastic pass. It all started with KO Weeks at the back, and then he got off to Ethan Strange. Luai was a little bit faster than him, and they spread out to the left, and it was a slow play the ball. Like, they didn't really have any right to score this, but Sebastian Chris with a brilliant flick around offload, and they will score out on the wing, and it's looking scary right now for the Tigers. Jared Money says, "Oh boy, Tigers, what is going?" It's not really going. Like, it's going. Like, they are playing in the game right now, but it's very debatable. Sorry, I have a Tigers fan who talks a lot of shit to me, so I have to message him. Oh man, he never lets me forget it when the Titans lose. I'm like, mate, you're a Tigers fan. Come on, man. You can't be giving me grief. Come on. So now I give him grief. Dasman says, "What a prick I had in first try scorer." What, you're telling me you never thought that Joseph Tarpany? You never thought the big prop, the big front rower, Joseph Tarpany, the captain of the Canberra Raiders, was going to score first? You're outrageous, Daz. You're silly. Oh, jeez, he was close going out, but he does score it. Oh, the top, Canberra, exactly right. First three, you'd be happy. First three? What do you mean first three, Adam? Nick Hills is going to be a big score tonight. Yeah, look, well, again, Canberra's defense usually isn't that great, but Tigers have been on a massive downward trajectory of late. Has everyone hit the like, Nick Hills says? Well, 20 minutes to go the first half, 20 minutes gone. Hit that like button, subscribe. Jamal Fogarty will miss the kick. Canberra don't like that. But if you haven't hit that thumbs up button yet, go and hit it, you slackos. Go and hit that thumbs up button. Don't be a slacko. And give your dog a snacko, mate. Because dogs go wacko for smackos. Not snackos, smackos. You're the one who got that wrong. You heard it incorrectly. I didn't say it incorrectly. Come on, man, don't be silly. Very serious channel. So 20 minutes to go to the era of the first half, 10-0 Canberra. Canberra! Where's Horsebrough for Canberra? Olivia says, Australia says no to domestic violence. What has that come from? What? Yes, we do. Absolutely, but, sorry? Where has that come from? Smacko should sponsor you. Does Smacko still exist? Hey, here's Horsebrough. He's your man, Jay. He's the big man. Horsebrough for Canberra. But Smacko should sponsor me. I don't even know if they're... Oh, you're not smacking the like button. Well, then gently caress the like button. Don't smack it. Gently caress it. You know, good running. Canberra's all over him right now. 45 metres out. 4 tackle. Of course, Jay, you would know about Smackos because you have plenty of dogs. He should be sponsored by those little tie inhalers. It's over there. I want to do it right now. So, fit tackle. I'm going to have to find something in Vietnam to do. Something cultural in Vietnam. So, Raiders, Jamal Fogarty at the 30. A great setter from Canberra. Xavier Savage coming through here. Chasing it through. Knock on by. Oh, this is going to be a... Horsebrough so close. 2 metres out. 0 tackle here for the Raiders. 2 metres out. Willem says, I like if Tigers win. You're a disgraceful human being. You're a disgrace. They're down 10-0 right now to the second place Canberra Raiders. They're going to go to the bottom 4 if they lose this game to Tigers. And you're only going to like it if the Tigers win. You are a disgrace. So, second tackle here, 2 metres away from the line. Gently caress and cup. Okay, well, no cupping of no like button. Just gently caress it, mate. We're not sickos here. We just gently caress it, mate. And if you don't want to do that, then punch the living shit out of it. Jamal Fogarty gives it off to Ethan Strange, who bobbles the ball, but it'll be 4 tackle, 4 metres out from the line for the Raiders. Tom Starling, he's got Papali'i there, doesn't pass it. I don't know what Starling's doing there, and then he offloaded the ball late, but okay, sure. Jamal Fogarty kicks it through here for himself, and this is going to be a 6 again. This is going to be 6 again. Yep, Dream Baller will get taken back in goal, so dropout coming up. Dropout coming on up. Being sponsored by those little tie inhalers is hilarious because they only cost like shit. They only cost like 15, I know it said rupees, 15 baht, which is, so 10%, $1.50, and then half that, 75 cents, and then a little bit under that. So they're dead set, like, they're nothing. They're basically nothing. But that's how you work out AUD to but Buller with the catch. He's away at the 30, the 35, the 40. Great catch. Dream Buller on the run. He'll get the ball to the 45. Brilliant short drop out there. And the Tigers turn it into a 45-metre gain. So Dream Buller after Terrell May. And Samuela Fayunu now will be at the 45 on second tackle. He should be sponsored by the local Bamai shop. Bamai. Love a good Bamai. Love a good bun mai. Who doesn't love a good bun mai? Third tackle here at the 40. That should be 6 again. Didn't call it. Out to Heath Mason. Then off to Dream Buller. Dream the dream, baby. Dream the dream. He'll be taken down to the 30 on 4 tackle. I really do think this could be quite a high-scoring game. Heath Mason. And he's going to be 27 metres away here from the line. Palmy or Barmayo? Palmy. Palmy. If you're lucky you said Barmy, but you're lucky you didn't say the incorrect terminology there. They let the ball bounce here, Canberra. That's a knock-on from the Tigers. That makes no sense why they've even been allowed to play on with that. All right, so it will be Canberra ball back at the 20, but their average set distance right now, if I go have a look at it, it'll be phenomenal. Team stats, average set distance is currently sitting at 50.29. I knew it. Their average set distance is 50.29 here currently after 24 minutes. That's ridiculous. Someone says, tie inhalers and bubble tea. Those are the ones we need for the sponsor of the stream. Get in it, Jay. Yeah, Jay, you get it done. You get it done. I've never had bubble tea on this stream before, though, so I actually don't know if I've ever had bubble tea. Sebastian Crease here with a great run. Heath Mason didn't make the tackle. He gets your ball offload to Ethan Strange. Strange here. He's got Tom Starling chasing through. Tom Starling. He's got KO Weeks. Well, there's a take out there. Try top of the Raiders anyway. Tom Starling follows it up after a knock-off of the Tigers. 14 able to get to come. Dude, their average set distance is going to go above 60. Their average set distance is going to go ridiculous to like 60 to 70. This is ridiculous right now. The Canberra Raiders are just destroying the Tigers. Destroying the Tigers. 14-0 with a kick to come out of nowhere. The Raiders at their own 22. Hudson Young gets it off to Sebastian Chris, who's been incredible again. Flicks the ball off here to the wing. And it wasn't Ethan Strange, sorry. It was Jed Stewart. And then they kick it through. Unfortunately, there's a knock-on from Drell Skelton. And Tom Starling comes through, mops it up, and scores 14-0 with a kick to come. Jeez, I tell you what, Sebastian Chris, he is one of the best setters in the game. I would genuinely say that Crichton's won. And then if you look across the competition, who right now would you say is performing better than Sebastian Chris this year? Who right now would you say is performing better than Sebastian Chris, even in the last 2 years? If you're talking about in the last 5 years, okay, sure, he drops down. But in the last 2 years, I would have Crichton first. And there is a genuine shout that Sebastian Chris could be second, third, or fourth. Tough matchup for the Tigers, to be honest. Well, Willem, every matchup's tough for the Tigers, to be honest. Tigers getting bent over is crazy. And Jack Lewis, we didn't hear it there first because I mentioned it beforehand. But just to clarify here, the reason why you got timed out by Sir Jay is because you're not allowed to talk about it until the Thrifty 30 has been hit. Deary me. If they don't hit a Infinity Bomb now, it's your fault. And the chat's going to blame you. The chat's going to blame you. And you deserve it. You deserve it. Seb Chris is extremely underrated. I genuinely believe that over the last 2 years, Sebastian Chris is the second best centre in the game. And I'm happy to hear why I would be wrong. I would be happy to hear it. Because you look at the Warriors, you're not going to say anyone from them. You look at the Cowboys, you're not going to say anyone from them. Broncos, definitely not. Dolphins, maybe Herbie Farnworth, actually. I would say the last 2 years, Sebastian Chris is above Herbie Farnworth. I'm not saying that overall, over history, like between the two, that Herbie Farnworth's not the better one, because Herbie Farnworth over his career has definitely been better. But I would say this year and last year, I would put Sebastian Chris above Herbie Farnworth. Specifically this year and last year. I just don't think that people watch enough Canberra Raiders games, and I don't think that people... And like Sebastian Chris is also playing for New Zealand, kills it for New Zealand. So 3 tries in 10 minutes here for Canberra. They're up 16-0, and it'll be Joe Tarpany bringing it out here to the 20 on second tackle. Points differential-wise, Tigers, you're in a big worry if you lose this game by like 50 points. You could be dropping down into the bottom 2 by the end of the weekend. Heard of a guy called Bronson Seri? Stop it. So third tackle here at the Raiders. And now fourth at the 40. Hudson Young looking for the offload. He'll be taken down. So average set distance... Oh, dude, it's sickening for the Raiders. It is actually sickening how their average set distance is. Realistically, that should have been a 6 again there for Canberra. Oh, damn, Alex Seyfarth's going to come off. His left eye is bloodied up. And Jamal Fogarty He will kick that ball up high. The kick game's been on point today so far. Can't knock on Tigers. Knock on Tigers. They're going to say penalty here to the Tigers instead. Penalty to the Tigers instead. I don't know if they're not going to challenge this. You wouldn't challenge it. I think they're calling it a disruptor like before. Calling a palmer is worse than murder. If anyone here calls it a palmer, you're getting timed out for not only 5 minutes, but for eternity. And you deserve it. So Alex Seyfarth will have come off with the left eye there. But damn, you can tell it's pretty cold in Canberra. What's the weather in Canberra right now? Because you can see the air. What is it? Canberra weather. Canberra. No way. It's -1 degree in Canberra right now. Shit. It is cold in Canberra right now, man. Damn, this is a freezing cold game. -1? Shit, man. Oh, man. Rays are 14 from 14 completions. 8 from 11 for the Tigers. That's insane they're playing this game right now. It's -1. So, second tackle here. Reminds me of a warm day in Chicago, -1. So, second tackle. And they get out to Heath Mason. Short ball to somewhat Faiini with a great run here. And he'll be taken down at the 18 on third tackle. That's on you. Get him on side. Did use the C word. I can't use that here, though. Fourth tackle now for the Tigers at the 13. That should be a 6 again, ref. That should have been a 6 again. But they don't give it. So Terrell May, he will be getting the offload away to Kotoi Sau. Their 13 metres out. And Terrell May will be about 8 metres away from the line now. Fit tackle. Kotoi Sau. Not much looking on here. Heath Mason steps inside, and there was just nothing really happening there for the Tigers. Jeez, what's their attack look like this year? So the Tigers, you go back down here to the 13th, their attack is 268. So that's the exact same amount of points they've scored this year as the Titans, which is not a good sign. So they've scored the same amount of points as the last place Titans. They have scored more points than the Rabbitohs, the Knights, and the Eels. There is no team above them that have scored less points. So they are currently equal fourth last with the Titans for points scored. Comparatively to Canberra, who are third place. Right now, are in first place for points scored. But obviously that's without the other games coming on up. Alright, so it is fourth tackle. Raiders will kick this ball down to about the 15. I just realised my chat was frozen, so I had to refresh it. I was wondering why I couldn't see anybody commenting. I was genuinely wondering why I couldn't see it. Adam says, Dogs only got us by 2, mate. What? Dogs won 32-20. Are you talking about the Raiders, Adam? The Canterbury Bulldogs beat the Raiders 32-20. They were down 20-0, and they came back and won 32-20, if that's the game you're referring to. Sando says, I'm glad I didn't go with my heart and tipped with my head this game. Yeah, well, it would have made no sense. Based off of all the stats, anything that you want to look at, trajectory of both teams, seasons so far in general, points scored, points against, everything was leaning towards the Raiders here today. And it was and the Raiders have a good record against the Tigers, barring that 46-28, whatever score it was last year, where the Tigers won. And, oh, good grab by Xavier Savage. And this is going to be a knock-on, they're going to say. Damn, okay, so Xavier Savage will knock the ball on. 10 minutes to go in the first half, guys. Raiders up 16-0. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Well, that's a tackle in the air. Well, that's absolutely a billion% a penalty to the Canberra Raiders. Like, Dewey's not even competing for the ball and has impacted the guy trying to catch the ball. That should have been a penalty, Canberra. Sports Notes is Sean Russell. You're lucky you don't get timed out. That's also a timeout because your name is 2 first names. Can't trust you. That's fair enough, actually. That is fair enough. You've been around long enough, Jack Lewis, to know why you got timed out. Logan Paulsack says, Critter, Herbie, and Best, I think. No, I don't have Best above. No way do you have Best above Sebastian Cruz. No way. Over the last 2 years, I'm sorry, I can't be put... I would nearly even say, like, yeah, sure, okay, but Alua here, 3 metres after the line, second tackle. No way Bradman Best over Sebastian Cruz. I think that's 6 again here for the Tigers. What? Why? Why? Oh, it's a one-on strip. No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty here to the Tigers, 10 metres out. Why is Bradman Best better than Sebastian Kris? And if you say Origin, well, Sebastian Kris can't play Origin because he plays for New Zealand in the international game. Why is Bradman Best clearing Sebastian Kris? Dom Finlayson says there was an AFL game in Canberra where it was snowing. There you go. Well, on Google, it says it's -1 in Canberra. Canberra weather. On Google, it's saying -1 degrees Celsius. It's not me, Muppet. It's Muppet you. It's Muppet Google then if it's not right, because Google is telling me -1. I'm starting to kind of feel like you are, though, Adam. Oh, that's going to be a knock. Oh, it's going to go backwards 6 again. So, Tigers, it's a great opportunity for you to score. First tackle, 2 metres out. Getting a great amount of opportunities here. Cottery's out. No, Lagan. I don't want you to skip over it. Why is Bradman Best better than Sebastian Kris? Don't you skip over it, because I'm looking at Google. Regardless, -1, 6, still cold. Why is Bradman Best better than Sebastian Kris? He's knocked that ball on. So it's going to be a knock on Tigers there. Raiders will get the ball to 5. He wants to challenge it, though. He does want to challenge it. And they will challenge it. Fair enough, didn't know, but there's no class predicting that when the rules are rules, baby. Santa says, good thing the game isn't in Canberra, you Muppet. Oh, I am a Muppet for that one. No, I am a Muppet for that one. Guilty. No, guilty. Guilty me. Guilty me. He's lost the ball there. He's lost the ball there. The ball's gone into Ethan Strange in the contact. Yeah, correct. Knock on Tigers. They lose their challenge. So I think Terrell May would have thought that he kept it. I don't think that he's made a silly mistake here. I think he would have thought that he kept it, but he was more so talking about the fact that it doesn't touch the grass, but it does hit Ethan Strange. But granted, guilty. I'm a Muppet. This game is not in Canberra, but it's still cold in Canberra, so that's why I don't live there. Jay says, Adam, you did the same shit on Cass's channel. Who's Cass? He thinks you're annoying too. I pity you. What's happening, man? What are we doing? What are we doing? Raiders here. Matty Timoko gets a ball here to the 15. Sana says, I wasn't sure if you were taking the piss or not, and I'm the Muppet. You are a Muppet, that's for sure. Second tackle at 22. I've never seen... No, I've seen more Muppets than you. His name's Daz, mate. Jared Farmoni says, Tigers, please score at least 1 point. Yeah, good luck with that. So the Raiders here at third tackle. By the way, dogs, you should be hating this result right now, because although you're staying first, the Raiders points differential is now 14 better than you. 14 better than you with 2 byes remaining. Oh, Ethan Strange loses the ball, and the Tigers will get it out to get this ball to the 35 on 0 tackle. Savatoa finds some good space. Oh, he slipped over. That was a great run, however. It's only 33 degrees colder than here then. No, Seb Watson. Canberra's basically England in disguise. Canberra is basically England in disguise. So is Melbourne, don't worry. Another 6 again. Geez, the Tigers are just getting slapped around with 6 agains here. Well, Canberra's getting slapped around with it, and the Tigers are getting a bunch of them. So, 0 tackle right now. Now it's going to be first, and the Tigers are at the 10. Taylor says, yeah, but we beat the Raiders, so we are better than them. Okay. I won't disagree with it, but I also won't completely agree with it. 5-set restart to the Tigers, 0 to Canberra. Oh no, that must mean that they must be wrong. Just listen to all the New South Wales fans. Third tackle now, 8 metres away from the line of the Tigers. Greg Martin says, how many 6 agains before a sin bin, ref? That's a great point. It's a great point. Cottery Sow out to Heath Mason, and he will get taken down 13 metres away for tackle. Then none of those Raiders players were onside. None of those Raiders players were onside just then, and it's Raiders ball to 5. Adam G, and it's going to be a knock on here against K Weeks. But I'm sorry, how have they said any of those Raiders players on the left were onside just then? Just think he's a better player, Bradman, that's all. Yeah, but I don't understand how, though. Over the last 2 years, remember we're talking the last 2 years here. We're not talking career-wise. Over the last 2 years. Because if you use Origin, then I'll use New Zealand International. And one of the best players for New Zealand as well. And has been a massive involvement in both Raiders season last year, but especially this year. I would arguably say he's been the best player for Canberra this year. There's a lot of good players for Canberra this year, but I'd arguably put it up there. So I'm asking you why. Or is it just a personal preference? Because I'm just trying to figure out why. And that's not me saying Bradman Best is a bad player, but over the last 2 years, I just don't really think it makes sense. Comparatively, over their careers, sure, maybe. So out of the best to Jerome Luai. Luai now to Dewey, and Dewey crunched down to the 10. Good tackle there. Might be able to get the ball away. Can't do it. Second tackle down to 10. Cottery Sau. Fainu, Heath Mason, Dream Buller, Stafford Toa. And that breaks down. They get back here to Dream Buller. Passes it back across. Fainu, Terrell May. This is really choppy attack here from the Tigers. Really choppy. Ray's defense has been fine, but the attack has been super choppy. And for Nuabali! Oh, he'll be held up over the line. Jeez, they've had to really work to hold him up there. So this is going to be fit tackle over the line, 10 metres out. We got there in the end, Daz. Daz said, how long is it going to take for him to realise his game isn't being played in Canberra? Yeah, no, we only spoke about that about 5-10 minutes ago, Daz, mate. You got to start clicking on, mate. It's all actually your fault now because you took too long. It's actually 4 tackle here for the Tigers at 10. Hey, Daz, are you live? Are you live right now? Hi. Welcome. Welcome. You're going to click on live. You see how it says live? And then you can actually take it back to a previous point. I think you're about 10 years ago in this stream. Raiders will make the tackle at 10 metres out. So fit tackle. This Tigers attack has been woeful in this set so far. Cottery Sau off to Luai. Luai kicks it through. Play. And Raiders are away. Hudson Young at the 20, the 25, the 30. Good run. Good play from Hudson Young there. And just bad kick. Bad kick from Jerome Luai. That should be a penalty against the Tigers there. They didn't call it though. So Jamal Fogarty, he'll run this ball to the 40 on second tackle. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Bradman plays on the left and Chris plays on the right. Round 17, Knights vs Rays. They're going up on the same side of the field, so we'll see who goes on top. No, that you're missing the context of the point that I'm making. It's across the last 2 years, man. One game doesn't define jack shit. That 6 again here for the Rays now, and that's a high tackle. That should be a penalty. That one game doesn't mean jack shit. We're talking about the last 2 years. We're not talking about individual games, and we're not talking about over their career. We are talking about this year and 2024. One game doesn't just completely adjust that. That's why I'm confused why you're taking Bradman Best over Chris instead. If we're talking about based off of career, then maybe I can understand selecting Bradman Best over Chris. But in the last 2 years, one game doesn't adjust that thought process. And also, I think the Raiders come out on top in that game, to be fair. So 4 tackle here for Canberra at the 10. But if you're willing to die by that sword, then sure, we can take Raiders and Knights. I'll take Chris and you can take Bradman Best. And they go to the left. Sebastian Chris will be 1 metre short of the line. Fit tackle. Daz is still ahead compared to Surf Rise. Surf Rise is only into the 3rd minute of the State of Origin stream right now. And that's game 1 I'm talking about. So Tigers now will grab it and bring it out to the 10 on first tackle. Surf Rider is still wondering if Queensland are going to score in that final 15 minutes at Suncorp. Great tackle by Grassy there. Grassy hasn't been too involved here today's game. He hasn't been too involved. Second tackle here for the Tigers at the 15. I'm lying. Oh, jeez. Horsburgh was coming in for a shot on Terrell May, but he missed him. Third tackle. I'm live. I said that 10 minutes ago, you muppet. No, that's not how it works here. Because I've got the microphone, so I'm always right, buddy. I'm always right. You're going to have to... You're going to have to really start figuring that out. That was nearly 4 pass, I would have thought. But no, apparently not. Drell Skelton. Fit tackle at the 42. When will you start figuring it out, Daz? And Jerome Luai. Up in the air, comes across. And good take! Oh, but Heath Mason trips over and it will be taken 13 metres out, so Raiders switch over. Sort of hard to compare Chris and Bradman when they've gone down different career paths. Not really. They're 2 centres, and they've both played representative level. I don't know why it's hard to compare. At the end of the day, they play the same position, and they've both gone down different career paths, but both have ended up in Bradman Best hasn't ended up international, but it's a lot harder for him to end up in international. With that being said, it's not really. They're both. That's like saying it's hard to compare. That's like saying it's hard to compare Jerome Hughes and who's a Queensland. Has Tom Dearden played for Australia? Well, has Tom Dearden played? No, that is hard to compare that one. because he's only just come into the 7 role. Anyway, no, if they're in the same position and they've both played representative footy, then I would disagree with that. So Dream Buller will grab this ball here at the 10, and he'll bring it out here. Oh, he's going to kick this ball through, and that's going to be knocked on by... Oh, no, the Tigers. Oh, no, the Rays. There's Xavier Savage is down the right-hand side, and at the 25, Dream Buller went for a Hail Mary. And he's going to kick it through for himself. And Dream Buller now picks it up at the 20, and he'll kick it again. So this is going to be the end of the first half. That was a wild little finish there. Costa says, can we win State of Origin Game 3? Queenslander! Booster! Queenslander! Queensland. 16-0 here to the Raiders. At halftime, they have been, yeah, you get a kick and you get a kick, we all get a kick. Oprah's on the scene, but 16-0 here to the Raiders. At halftime, the Raiders were clearly the better team here. Look, when you look at their set distance, I guarantee you it's going to be absolutely gigantic. Let's go through some of these stats here. At the half, obviously hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and you're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised by the possession count here, because the Tigers are in the lead of the possession. 51% possession to the Tigers. 49% possession into the Raiders. Again, guys, this is a guide. At halftime, they will update the stats whilst I'm talking, so it is a guide. 14 minutes 40 for the Tigers in possession. 14 minutes... Okay, so how... Okay, NRL.com, I question this. So it's 51% to 49% in favour of the Tigers, but yet the Raiders have had the ball for 10 seconds more. How does that make sense? Okay, so let me get this straight. It's now updated. It's 51% possession to the Tigers, 49% of the Raiders. Now it's updated to 14 minutes and 31 for the Tigers and 15 minutes time of possession for the Raiders. Riddle me that. Riddle me that. How have the Raiders had 29 more seconds with the ball and yet they're down on possession? Riddle me this. Riddle me that. We've got Jim Carrey here as the Riddler. What are we doing? Completion rate, 83% for the Tigers at 20 from 24. That's very good. 89% for the Raiders at 17 from 19 is very, very good. So both teams with a really solid completion rate. All runs, 83 runs here for the Tigers, 79 runs for the Raiders, with 796 run meters for the Tigers and 798 run meters there for the Raiders. So it's not too separate in regards to, oh, it's been updated now, 84.79, so 5 runs different. Tigers are now in the lead, 800 to 798, so 2 meters off. You try to go with the 10 meters per run. Now it's 84 to 80, 805 to 800. So you go 10 meters per run to equal it out there for the Raiders. So say they've got 84 runs apiece, it would be at, now it's 81 for 814. So give them an extra 3. It'd be at 844 to 800. Right, so the Raiders are winning by about 44 metres in the run metre battle if it is all equaled out. And that last run was a 10 metre run, so it did give it to him. And another run has been added on, so now it's another 10 metres. So basically, that stat is aligning right now with the 10 metres per run for the Raiders. Post-contact metres is 291 there for the Tigers, 275 for the Raiders. So that is an advantage there. That is definitely an advantage of the Tigers. That's pretty significant, actually. Line breaks is 4-0 Canberra. Tackle breaks is actually 16 apiece. So both teams defensively giving up a few missed tackles. Average set distance here is 33.34 for the Tigers, and it's 42.28 for the Raiders, which is confusing. It was over 51 at one stage. It's come down to 42.28. I am surprised. I thought they were crushed in the entire half, pretty much. Tigers at 33.34 is really poor. Anything under 35 is not good. 35 is basic to 40, and then 40 to 45 is very good. 45 to 50 is fantastic. 50 plus is amazing. 42.28 is what the Raiders are at. So it's very good, but I'm surprised. I would have thought that'd be much higher. Average play the ball speed is 3.64 for the Tigers, 3.65 for the Raiders, so the same, and both quite slow. So it's quite slow play the ball, but both at the exact same. 4 offloads apiece here. Kick refusal is 42% for the Tigers, 33% for the Raiders. Forced dropouts is 1 apiece. Effective tackle percentage. Both teams are actually effective tackle percentage is quite solid. Both teams are defending quite well here. 89.6% for the Tigers and 89% for the Raiders. That's anything above 88% is good, and both teams are pretty much at 90. That's really solid. 181 tackles made here for the Tigers for 16 missed tackles and 5 ineffective. So 21 bad tackles with 181 tackles made is not unbelievable, but like it's very much acceptable at 89.6%. And then the Rays now are at 88.94%, but 185 tackles made, so 4 more tackles made, the same amount of missed tackles with 16, but 2 more ineffective tackles, which is hurting them a little bit there. So, look, overall, very solid in regards to the effective tackle percentages there for both these teams. Errors-wise, 6-5 to the Tigers. That's really poor stuff there from both these teams, actually. You don't want to be seeing that amount of errors in one half. And then penalties conceded is 2-2, and ruck infringements is 5-1 against the Raiders. The Raiders have given away 5-6 against, whilst the Tigers have given away 1-6 again. But overall, you look at majority of these stats, it's quite even in some areas, but the Raiders have clearly been the better team here today. You know, if you've been watching this game, you know the Raiders have been very clearly the better team here today. And there's still a long way to go. There's still 40 minutes still to go. We saw last week, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, the Knights were down 16-0 to Manly, and we're able to come back against them. And the Knights are the worst attacking team that I've nearly ever seen in my life. And they were able to come back and win that game like 26-22, whatever it was, in extra time. So, look, this game is still on, but the Tigers have to be the ones to score next. If they don't score next, it's game over, man. Game over. Shit. Learn it well. But hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Olivia Reed with the $8 donation. Get around to Olivia. Says, I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I? There's your riddle. Gee whiz. What? We've turned into BKR riddles over here. We've turned into BKR riddles. Unbelievable. You know, we were originally BKR Sport, and now now we've turned to BKR riddles. But thank you very much, Olivia, for the donation. I'll have a think about it. It's a map, by the way. WST says, what are the try scorers? Try scorers were Joseph Tarpany, who was the first try scorer, Jed Stewart on debut, and then Tom Starling was the Tom Starling. That's meringue, Olivia. And Tom Starling was the other try scorer. I have cities but no houses. I don't know how that's Narang, but sure. I have mountains but no trees. I can kind of see it's a little bit hilly and a little bit of a way. I have water but no fish. I probably wouldn't drink the water in Narang, to be fair. What am I? Olivia's just copy and paste. I would never do such a thing, Olivia. I would never. I'm just the best. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I know your riddle. I am the riddle meister. I am... I was going to say something that I know what the joke would come after that, so I'm not going to do that. But riddle me this, riddle me that. You can't get past me. You just simply cannot get past me. Greg Martin says, that riddle's more exciting than the game. Well, I knew the answer, though. It was a map. Very easy, Olivia. Oh, my gosh. It was the easiest riddle of my life. So we had lightning this week. Can we have snow this week? Yeah, so I was the Muppet and thought this, for some reason, this game I thought it was in Canberra. It's definitely not in Canberra. No, it's in Campbelltown. Highlands fans says, hey, can I say hello to you? Where do the Warriors play this week? They played home. All right. Hi, Highlanders fan. Hope you're well, mate. The Warriors played home, so you are entitled to follow the Warriors this week. You are allowed to follow the Warriors this week. Do they play home next week? No, they don't. They play the Broncos next week, the Wires. So unfortunately, we will not be allowed to say hello to you next week. We will not be able to say hello to you next week, but we can say hello to you this week, mate. So we'll be nice to you, you know. We'll be nice to you. Dom Finlayson says, what's black, white, and red all over? I'm going to say newspaper. How about that? You like that? You like that one? I was pretty quick with it. Riddle me that one, Olivia. Yeah, you think I couldn't get it? Gee whiz, I have a map here. Got a newspaper here. Just change the channel. Change the channel. I'm on fire. I'm just on fire at this point. It's quite sickening. Have you been following the NBA Finals? Mate, I love the NBA. Of course I've been following the NBA Finals. As we go into Game 7, Indiana versus OKC, but I do think OKC win Game 7 in Oklahoma. And honestly, if you're an OKC fan, you'd probably prefer that, because at least you get to win it at home in front of your own home fans in a Game 7 for the first time in your history, because I'm not counting Seattle. I don't even know what's happening there. You are hallucinating, Olivia, and you need help. Jared, we've known for a very long time Olivia needs help. She's a Broncos fan. Oh, man. We've known that for an extremely long time. What is a winger spread on their toast? No. We can't make these NRL relatable, mate. We can't. No. Because it would just be... It'd be just too easy. It'd be just too easy. It's just so obvious. It's so obvious. I'll let the chat try and figure it out, you know? That's just... You can't make it... We have to do the generic ones just so that I can prove that I know it all. Because that's just gonna... That one the chat can have. I'll be gracious. I'll be gracious. Still have time. Telstra ad's on. Telstra ad's on. I might run to the bathroom. Alright, guys. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to run to the bathroom. Before I go, I hate that Telstra, man. I'm never getting Telstra ever again. Don't sponsor me, Telstra. Optus, I'm available. I brought it and then I dropped it. Oh my gosh. I blame Seb Watson. He's the one who reminded me of this. You know, I'm trying to get over my herbal inhaler addiction. It's an addiction. It is an addiction. Found the sniff. Well, it was over there. I knew where it was. I blame I blame Seb Watson. I wasn't thinking about it. It's an addiction. It is an addiction. You know, and Seb Watson's encouraging the addiction. It's really sad stuff. It really is. It's really sad stuff from him. Ezra says, who do you think is going to win, Tigers versus Raiders? Well, I'm probably going to lean with the team up 16-0 right now, who's currently equal second. No, they are currently in second. I'm probably going to lean with the team leading 16-0. Yeah, I'm going to lean with them. I'm going to lean with them over the team that's probably going to be in the bottom four after this game, after this round finishes. Dom says, what can you break without touching? I'm going to go with a promise. My hands are up! My hands were up! No! My hands were up! My hands were up. So, yeah, no, it's a promise, mate. It's a promise. Raiders keep a clean... You'll get there. So, Tom said, Raider, keep a clean sheep. And then he tried again with a sweep, but he spelt it S-W-E-A-P. And then we're going to try one more time, Tom. Try and get sweep one more time. Usually it's S-W-E-E-P. But, yeah, just keep going. Olivia up at the $8 redo donation says, in sport, if FT... Oh, you've done this before, haven't you? You have done this before, I'm pretty certain. I think you've done this one before, Olivia. Let me see if I can figure it out. I'll try and figure it out here. So in sport, if FT gets you GD and SD gets you SR, what does TD get you? I've done this one here before. Let's see if you remember. Yeah, let's see if I remember. Let's see if I remember it. So let me think. So I would assume that like in the context of the logic puzzle from the show The 1% Club, which is where this is from. It's from the 1% Club. if FT represents first and gets you gold, which is GD, obviously, and SD represents second and you gets you silver, SR, then TD, I would say TD represents third and gets you bronze, which is BE. So I would say like the puzzle is based on the first and last letters of the top 3 medals in the competition. That's what I would say, Olivia. So Tigers running out on the field here. Tigers are, I was going to say that, Greg. I was going to make the joke about touchdown. See, I told you, Olivia, I know my stuff, but thank you very much for the $8 donation. And I just wanted to give you a real good, wrap up, a real good summary of how I came to the conclusion. I am definitely in the 1% club, Olivia. I just wanted to really run you through it. Like when you go to school and you have like a test and you give them the right answer, which is bullshit, by the way. If you give them the right answer and you don't show it, how you got there, then they get marked a fail, which is bullshit. Society is bullshit. But it's like when you go to school, you need to show how you got there. So I was just trying to show you how I got there, with my intellectual speaking capacity, ability of all time. Yeah, Tom, you still got to get it. You still haven't said sweep correctly yet, mate. Still haven't got your sweep yet. I could reply to you, Dom. I could reply to you with what's got many rings but no fingers, but the game is on right now. The game is on, and I don't think I would know that one. But I'll probably go with the telephone. So it's going to be Tigers with the ball. Hit the 15. Hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. Raiders up 16-0 at halftime. Showed you working out. Exactly right, Dom. I'm just trying to help out. Just trying to help people out here, I'm a very empathetic, sympathetic, and compassionate man here on BKR Empathy. TD gets you a trip to the doctor. Yeah, no, that is STD, Jared Farman. You should know well and truly all about that, mate. Third tackle, but then again, Eels fans with your logo. I'm sure they know all about it. So out to the back now to Jerome Luai. Jerome Luai at the 35 again, over to Dream Buller. And Dream Buller will be taken down to the 50 on 4 tackle. Oh no, what's this man said? Oh, true. Yeah, please don't ruin the score of that game for me. That's obviously my team's playing in it, even though I prefer the Suns to win this year. Greg Munt says, Terrell May with a Shaqtin' a Fool moment. What did Terrell May do? Sorry, I wasn't noticing it because I was too busy ruining Dom Finlayson's hopes and dreams of me getting it wrong, of his tongue-twisting riddler. So, Raiders here at the 22 on first tackle. They give it back here to KO Weeks. I wonder if this second half is going to have a lot of points in it. The first half didn't actually have as many points as you'd think. 16 points in 10 minutes. All those points were scored in 10 minutes. Oh, get it, India! Get the Herbal Inhaler, India. Also, by the way, don't get it wrong next time, said Watson. It's a Herbal Inhaler 2. It's not actually number 1. This is the more improved version. Herbal Inhaler 2. Get it right, Seb. You got to really start thinking. You got to start really getting it right. We should go on the chase. I'm too good for the chase. I'm too good. So Tigers here. We'll get this ball at 25. I was thinking more like a Love Island, more like a Married at First Sight. How about that? What are you thinking? Especially when they bring up the jobs section and they've got to watch me stream. So first tackle here at the Tigers, and they'll get this ball out to the 50. Now second tackle. Greg Muncie tripped over the sponsors thing behind the dead ball line. So at the back to Jerome Luai, and that's a bit of a forward pass, but they won't call it. Someone finally lucky to hold on to the ball there. It'll be third tackle. You better bring us some back. Well, I'm going to Vietnam next. I'm going Nam. And then I actually would love to go to the Philippines, but I do have to get back for Ali's birthday. So fourth tackle now at 25. Streamer wants a wife. Yeah, get me on Streamer wants a wife. That's a good idea in Australia. Forget Farmer wants a wife. Let's get Streamer wants a wife. I'll tell you what, though. Hold on. Tigers taken down here at the 15 fit tackle. Oh, he's grabbing at his hamstring. I hope he's all right. Yeah, he's grabbing at his hammy. I hope he's all right. But Heath Mason kicks it through, and it'll be a dropout coming up here from the Raiders to the Tigers. Go on, deal or no deal. Yeah, well, am I trying to... Oh, well, to be fair, the women who are holding up the boxes, very attractive. Very attractive. No, I know, Jay. I would have loved to have gone to the Philippines, but... Yeah, but then again, I will say pretty much everyone in the world you could say that about right now, Jay, except for Australia and except for the islands. Kind of our part of the world, our area of the world is kind of the only place right now that doesn't have too many worries. But you know who does have a worry? Dream the Dream Buller. He's dreaming of catching the ball because he wasn't able to catch it in reality. Knock on there from Dream Buller. But pretty much everywhere in the world is messed up right now. America's got their issues. Canada and Mexico, they get brought into that. Plus, they've also got their issues. South America is close enough, but South America, have they got as many issues right now that's not just generic kind of consistent issues? Africa's always got issues. Europe, don't even talk about. If you even utter the words Middle East, I'm blocking you from the chat. And then Asia's got India, Pakistan, plus Bangladesh. You've got Thailand going up against Cambodia and whatnot. They also have the Myanmar situation. Like, no matter where you go, mate, it's always all over the shop. Are we still live, by the way? Because for some reason my game has just like stopped. No, I think we're back now. Sorry, I think it might have froze for a second. The world's gone mad, Olivia. It has, and that's why I always say on these streams or wherever, just live your life, man. At the end of the day, we're not going to be able to do anything. Just watch rugby league, watch some sport, kick up with a beer, sit on the beach, and just enjoy your life. India, Pakistan has stopped for the time being. I think it never stopped, Jay. It's never stopped. It never will stop. It always has gone. It's just that was a lot more heightened. India, Pakistan have been going at each other for centuries and centuries, man, and they'll continue. It's just not mainstream media at the moment because that was very heightened stuff. So second tackle here at the 35. You're live. You're holding up 3 fingers. No, not holding up 3 fingers this time. So I don't know what live you're watching. Third tackle. I also have 5 fingers on my hand, not like New South Wales fans with 3 fingers. So 4 tackle now at the 48. The recent shit, that ended like a day or 2 after I left. So 4 tackle now at the 45. And they give up to Jerome Luai. That's a forward pass. That's a forward pass. That was the second forward pass in the last 5 minutes, though. This one at least they called, though. This one at least they were able to call. Yeah, Luai's been a little bit off with his passing. Tigers had a bit of momentum as well his first 6 minutes. Streamer wants a wife. What a show. What a show. Yeah, there is a big day of footy actually tomorrow. I love how they're trying to hype up the Warriors-Panthers game as if like the Panthers have a full team. Like the Panthers can't play a full team because they weren't able to get from Perth to New Zealand in time. So the Panthers are without their players, like forcefully, not because they wanted to. Forcefully, they can't play their full team. Is Joseph Tarpany off? Probably, considering it's just started the second half. He usually gets a bit more of a break, but I'll tell you in a second. It looks like it. I can't see him on the field. I can't see Tarpany on the field. 4 tackle now for Canberra. Tom Starling, KO weak, short ball. Now, Zach Hosking. Is that Hosking? Yes, it is. Zach Hosking, 15 metres out, fit tackle. They go short side. Then they cut it all the way across now to Jamal Fogarty, and it's going to freeze up. Now it's back. Kicks it through. Good chasing from Nathan Strange. Oh, that's just will. That's just straight. Did he score this? They're going to check this. He doesn't look like he's celebrating. But if he's, like, that was just will over mind, man. Like, all the Tigers players weren't even chasing that back anywhere near hard enough. And if he knocks it on, that's his own fault. But, like, out of nowhere, he comes here. He's knocked the ball on. He's definitely knocked the ball on. But I'm sorry, Tigers players, that was just pathetic. That wasn't because of you. That was because he knocked the ball on. It was a hard ball to put down over the try line. But Tigers players, you got to do way better than that. Dom Finlayson says, know someone who is going to Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, all those places. They cut that trip short. I was going to say, that's an interesting place to go to right now. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's any more dangerous kind of than it has been in the past, but it's in the area. Greg says Tigers are just putrid. Remember when I was getting called a Tigers hater because I wouldn't back in the Tigers to be in the top 8? Does anyone remember this? I do. I had to live my entire life in India whilst being called a Tigers hater, and I like the Tigers. I don't mind them. But it's just the fans on this channel were just ridiculous. It was just delusional, man. Like I was being called the biggest Tigers hater of all time just because I didn't believe they were going to make the top 8. Jay says, Real Fan Sports must have slept in. Don't worry, mate. I'll remind him on Instagram about the score. I'll make sure he knows it. So Jerome Lua, but the game's not over. There's still 32 minutes to go here. The Tigers get 6 again. They're 15 minutes out. Turkmenistan borders Iran, which was where they were at the time. Oh, no, I get why they left. I'm just saying that I wouldn't say that's necessarily in the firing line, but it's close enough. I understand. Second tackle now, 9 metres out. And they give it all the way back. Tigers 3. Third tackle now. Big Chunker says, hey, Blaze, how's your Hawaii trip? Brother, I left Hawaii early March. I've been in India for 3 months in between. I've been, 2.5 months or whatever. Luai kicks it through for try time! The Tigers, Alex Seyfarth will score. And it's 16-4 with a kick to come. Tigers back in the game. Tigers back in the game. I've been in India for 2.5 months. Now I've been in Thailand for the last 6-7 weeks, and I'm about to be in Vietnam in about a week and a bit. So no, I'm well past Hawaii, man. Hawaii was great though, but I was only there for like 4 days, bro. But Alex Seyfarth comes through, puts the ball down, and good kick there from Jerome Luai. Chungus was only born 6 days ago. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Greg says, how was the Hawaii trip in 78? Yeah, I wasn't born for 16 years, mate, but I was enjoying it in my previous life before I got reincarnated in 94. So 30 minutes to go here of the game. 30 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe. Probably lost his phone or something. Yeah, that's a typical thing, Jay. Everyone loses their phone quite a lot. Big phone loser. Don't worry, you're on your way. Sorry, I'm just replying to something. There we go. All right. So Tigers now to convert it to bring it back within a 10-point game. Finally, West Tigers. Yeah, Tigers do get on the scoreboard. Raiders might be tired from that first half of just getting line break after line break and putting a lot of energy into it. But Chunks, what's the difference between Hawaii and Vegas? Well, for starters, one's in the desert and one's an island. So just to start us off, just to kick us off with a bit of a difference, one's in the middle of the desert of Nevada, and one is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean by itself. So just a little bit of a difference. just a tad bit of a difference there between Hawaii and Vegas. But 30 minutes to go of the game, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. Tigers have scored, back to within 10. It's 16-6. And Heath Mason, he'll give it off to a rampaging Jack Bird and some good post-contact meters there. We'll get it to the 20. Broncos vs Sharks at Suncorp Stadium. Yeah, no, Sunday's going to be a good day. We've got Broncos Sharks. I think we've got, is it Roosters somebody? Roosters and Cowboys, and then Eels and Titans. It's a decent day there. I know for neutrals they won't care about Titans Eels, but I'm a Titans fan, so people tune in just because they know I'm probably going to either flip out or I'm going to celebrate like crazy. Fourth tackle now at the 45 of the Tigers. Camp Brody says, one is everyone's dream to live and the other is where dreams are destroyed. That is very correct. That is pretty spot on there, Camp Brody. But Hawaii is also extremely expensive, so unless you have a decent bit of money, I wouldn't suggest going to Waikiki. It's a very expensive place, but then again, America's expensive. And that's probably going to be a knock-on there from the Tigers. Oh, Xavier Savage picks it up and he'll take it out into the 15. I'd assume that's zero tackle. Yeah, it's zero tackle. Jared Farmoney says, Vegas loves their casinos and Hawaii loves their spam. Yeah, I actually think that there is not a single comparison and similarity between Hawaii and Vegas on the basis that Hawaii is in the Pacific Ocean on an island, Vegas is in the desert, and then also Hawaii is illegal to gamble. You are not allowed to gamble in Hawaii, whilst Vegas is literally known only for gambling. Alright, so third tackle now for Canberra at the 42. Tom Starling off to Josh Papali'i, and Papali'i will be at the 50 on fourth tackle. I don't even know what that is. So out of the right, Jamal Fogarty. Oh, there would have been some space down that right-hand side if K Weeks could have passed it, but he bobbled it a little bit. So fifth tackle at 50. Tigers definitely have the momentum right now. Tigers definitely have the momentum. Jamal Fogarty kicks this one down deep. Actually, can someone tell me who the Titans play next week? I know we play the Eels on Sunday, but who do the Titans play next week? Because if they can beat the Eels without Mitchell Moses and Dylan Brown, I would like to know if we have an extremely hard matchup or just a hard matchup, which is anybody above us, which is pretty much everybody. Cowboys on Sunday. That'll be at Seabus. Did we play them already this year? At Seabus, yeah. I think we already played them this year and we lost up there in North Queensland, didn't we? Dom Finlayson says, Hawaii was great, went in 2014, did the day volcano tour. I was going to do that, but I was only there for 4 days, so I just enjoyed Waikiki with my mum. Went for a surf, which was nice. Good fun. Tigers are away. Tigers are 12 on the inside. Oh, but he would take it down to the 9. 12. It was so close. Oh, you're kidding. It's frozen. It's back. Jerome Luai. Luai short ball out right-hand side. Tigers here. Stafford Toa. Try time for the Tigers. 16-10 with a kick to come. 16-10 with a kick to come. The Tigers back in the game. Tigers back in the game. Deary me. Raiders falling apart here. Raiders falling apart. Raiders falling a bit apart here. Tired of everything, says can't wait for this account to be hidden as well. Sigh. What? Sorry. Tigers just scored and now we've got tired of everything. What's happening? You made your point, Jay. Jeez, Jay. What have you done now? Who have you pissed off now, Jay? Wales, Wales, Wales. What have you done, Jay? What have you done? Dom says, yeah, the bus to the volcano was fairly far. Wouldn't recommend it if you're not there long. Yeah, I was only there 4 days. And the thing with me, man, Tigers about to have to take a conversion from the right-hand side. Not the easiest kick, but they should get it. The thing with me is that I don't need to do all the tourist attractions. I just enjoy kind of just living. I'm easy able to just people watch for starters, but I just enjoy being a part of a different place and enjoying a different, scenery and scenario kind of deal. And Hawaii's beautiful for that. Of course, the Tigers nearly doubled that. They nearly did, but they do get it. Ever since you said, Greg Martin, that the Tigers are shithouse, they've been able to find their way back into the game, and now they're within 6 of the Raiders. Sunya Turuva, man, I love him for his Fiji, but he talks a lot. He talks a lot for a man down there close to the bottom 4. It's not the same as being at the Panthers, man. So Adam Dewey, he will... Yes, he's got it. Just. Damn. That just went in. So it will be 12 points to the Tigers, 16 points to the Raiders. And 25 minutes ago, it was 16-0 at half time. What did I say? I said the Knights came back against Manly from 16-0 a couple of weeks ago. Maybe we can see it again. Jay says, Greg, you inspired them. Ronald says, go... Oh, now I get what this is about. Now, I'll give you advice, man. If you enjoy the streams, just do your thing. Don't make it obvious to Jay, because obviously Jay's just going to remove you. Just, don't make it obvious that it's you. I don't... I think every time you come in here, you make it obvious it's the you. Obviously, Jay's just removing. He's not the only one who does it, by the way, Jay. No, he's not the only one who does it, Josh. But there is too many hidden accounts on my channel to go through and unhide and stuff. So just create an account and don't make it obvious that it's you. So the tackle here with the Tigers. Jack Bird to Luai. Luai at the back down to Buller. Buller takes it down at the 45 on 4 tackle. Oh, he's lost the ball. Oh no, he's lost the ball. And they'll be Raiders ball at 44. Tigers could win by 100 and they'd still be hopeless. Jared Farmoni says, you're not... I'm not going to respond. Otherwise, I'll be called a Tigers hater. Jared Farmoni says, hopefully he doesn't come in for the Panthers-Wars game tomorrow. Oh. Jesus, Josh, I ain't the only mod that's sick of you begging and sugging. Titans got a bye next round 18. Yeah, well, it's round 17 next week. So that's I was aware of the round 18 bye because that's just before Origin, just before Queensland get that dub in Game 3, baby. That big old dub. Anyone who says otherwise, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're tacky, and I hate you. If you say Queensland ain't winning Game 3, you're wrong. You're tacky, and I hate you. So second tackle now for Canberra at the 30. 24 minutes to go to the game. That's a big momentum killer there for the Tigers, though, especially considering now Raiders go back on the attack. And they're a good attacking team. Josh Papali'i, he's going to be at the 15 on third tackle. At least the Tigers, they did this against the Cowboys the other week, though. They were down by, what, like 28, 30 points or whatever. Chris gets it off here to Jed Stewart. And he's 5 metres out, 4 tackle. Jamal Fogarty off to, yeah, but Skunkle's a muppet, Olivia. Skunkle's a massive muppet. Fifth tackle, 5 metres out here from the line. Tom Starling gives it at the back here to Jamal Fogarty. Fogarty across here to Matty Tomoko, who kicks this ball through. And I would assume it's a dropout. It is. Good kick there from Matty Tomoko. So a dropout from the Tigers to the Raiders. Big Chunker says, Queensland pick and stick with their halves in the last 10 years. New South Wales don't pick and stick. Sure, but I don't know if that's the right timing for that comment, considering that Queensland didn't pick and stick with their halves going to game 2 and then found a way to win through Tom Dearden and Munster rather than Cherry Evans and Munster. But sure, based off of history, I would agree. So Tigers will do the short drop out here, knock it back, and this is Raiders ball. The 15, Tom Starling's still going, he hasn't been tackled yet. Now it'll be 9 metres out. Jareem Buller is really good at going for those dropouts. He got that first one in the first half that led to the 45 and then knocked that ball back, but just no Tigers player was ready for it. So Zach Hosking here, 5 metres away, second tackle. If the Tigers can hold the Raiders out on this attacking possession, inclusive of this one or a 6 again or whatever, across this attacking possession, then Tigers may actually win this game. Third tackle, 3 metres away. Tom Starling, short ball. Ata Mariota will be 1 metre short here of the line, 4th tackle. Wasn't a bad play, though. Ronald says, I guess the Raiders win by 16 to 20 points. As in 20 to 16, is that what you're saying? That's not a bad suggestion. Raiders 8 metres away now from the line, 5th tackle. Sebastian Chris rolls it back to Tom Starling, then off to Jamal Fogarty. Fogarty kicks it up, decent kick here, really good kick here, actually in a good area for the Raiders. They knock it back. Oh, well done, Luai. He actually got the ball backwards, and Dewey's away. Dewey's away for the Tigers. The 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and we take it up to the 40. Jeez, that was good work there. That was some good work there. All right, so second tackle here for West, and they are well and truly back into this game. At least we've got a good game here. And also, the upset has happened in every single game since like round 3 on Thursdays. The Thursday night game has been the upset being the winner since like round 3. It's a ridiculous run of upset wins. All right, 20 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. And comment in the chat who you think wins from here, because the Tigers are back into it. But Canberra, they are fighting to keep themselves at, up there with the doggies at the moment. Jerome Luai, 5th tackle at 25. They need to win this game. But I did say there was a concern about them coming in complacent. And they looked great in the first half, but the second half they've fallen away. It's not a bad kick. That's going to be knocked back here from Torova. Still going to be 5th tackle. Still going to be 5th tackle. Start for Toa. Kick the ball, dude. Kick the ball, dude. Kick the ball, dude. He's still going. Torova. Oh, man. And the Raiders will pick it up at the 5. Jeez, they nearly got a try there, though, the Tigers. They nearly got a try. Ethan Strange complaining about something. Jeez, oh, come on, man. No, that's bad there from whoever that was for the Tigers. Make the tackle, dude. Don't go for the big shot in that situation. Just make the tackle. Josh Papali'i. Canberra have been known for many years now of grinding out results like this. And you know what? If you are a championship team, you win games like this because you're able to grind out against the momentum and against the possession. And the Tigers have had a bucket load of possession more in this second half than the Raiders. So if you genuinely believe that you are a team that can win the competition this year, and you genuinely believe you deserve it to be up where you are, which you do for the time being, because you've had a great year, you have to win this game if you want to be put amongst the championship credentials. So Jamal Fogarty kicks that one down. Jareem Buller grabs it at the 20. Slowly, though. They could have gotten a lot more metres there, but they pass it off, and it'll be Drell Skelton at 33. And now Sonia Turova at the 42 on second tackle. To be fair, Olivia, I gave him some pretty good advice. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going through thousands of people that have been hidden on the channel over the last, however many years. There is so many hidden accounts because obviously there's a lot of trolls and fake accounts and bots and all that type of shit. So it's like I'm not going through and unhiding. But the advice is just like go back to talking like normal. on a different account. Tigers are away. They get the ball off to Dewey. Dewey at the 22. Jeez, this momentum is just unreal for the Tigers at the moment. Terrell May flicks it across. They've got numbers here. They might not need them. They're just going to run it through themselves. 5 metres out if the line fit tackle. Jeez, this is close. The Tigers down by 4. 16-12 Raiders with the Tigers on the line. I think that's a knock-on. Doesn't. Yeah, there's a knock-on. Yeah, it's a knock-on. So the Raiders will get the ball at 10. We've got a great finish coming up now. With 18 minutes left. All right, Raiders first tackle, 10 away. Never would have thought that this would have... Oh, it's a knock-on! This is a knock-on here against the Raiders. The Tigers get the ball 10 metres out. The Tigers are going to get the ball 10 metres out. Dom says, the fact you have to tell the guy to act normal tells you he shouldn't be back. I'm just trying to help him out at this point, man. But yeah, an unforced error there from the Raiders. And here comes the Tigers. Here they come. 10 metres away. You've got prime opportunities galore. Now, they have to... Like, if they score out wide and miss the kick, it's obviously going to be a tie game. But if they score in close, they will take the lead. Despite being down 16-0 at half-time. And they got whooped in the first half. The stats weren't insanely against them on everything, but they were decently enough against them. Oh, suddenly Turuva. He'll get held back to the 5. He nearly got through, though. Second tackle. Jack Bird. He'll flick that ball all the way across. Latu Fainu gets away from 1. Gives it off to Jerome Luai. Probably should have kept passing out to the left there. They would have had numbers. Third tackle. Joe Tarpany comes in a little bit late there, sure. Third tackle, 11 metres away. Good game here. Out to Alex Twal. Twal then to Latu Fainu. Then off to Dream Buller, and Dream Buller will be 9 metres away. 4 tackle. They go for the really quick play the ball there. That's not the play, Tigers. Oh, they're going to call knock on here against who? Accidental offside against the Raiders. That was an awful fourth tackle play there from Latufanu, though. So it's an accidental offside here from the Raiders, and the Tigers will get the ball here at the 10. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it is an accidental offside. That is the correct call. All right, so Tigers, you have every opportunity to win this game. You are right there. You are right there. And Canberra's defense has not been that great this season. They are not. I don't even think they're in the top. Well, they might be 8th for the defense. So first tackle, and that's going to be a penalty of the Tigers. It doesn't really do much. They're not going to go for the 2, but it's going to be a penalty of the Tigers. They'll take them back here to the 10. Tigers thanking their lucky stars for that call to make up for the play. Yeah, but it was a correct call, so yes. Yes, it was an accidental offside, though. 15. Oh, was that called high? Oh, okay. No, the later hit was high. I was going to say the early one was just a little bit of a slap and a tickle. It didn't even really do anything. So first tackle now, 5 metres away from the line. First tackle for the Tigers at BKRtravel. They're down by 4. They spread out to the left. Jerome Luai. He'll get off to Dream Buller. And Buller will step inside. He'll be taken out 5 metres out. Second tackle. Tigers fans, man, this is very, not do or die, but it's close enough at this point of the season. Terrell May taken back to the 11. Like, Raiders are banked in for the top 4. They want to win to keep up with the Bulldogs for the minor premiership, but Tigers, you need to win this game to get away from that bottom 4 and to keep yourselves up in contention for the 8 if you genuinely believe you're going to be up there. Kotowee South out the back now, Terrell May. Terrell May hits Grassy McGrath. It's a big play by Grassy McGrath there to slow down the Tigers. Now Dewey kicks it across here. What is Dewey doing? What's he doing? But it's going to be a dropout, but what's he doing? All right, 14 minutes and 23 seconds to go here of the game. 16-12 to Canberra and a short a dropout. I would assume, if you're the Canberra Raiders, you surely kick this ball deep. You don't go for the shorty. There's no point going for the shorty. I disagree with Dewey kicking that ball. Yes, it's come up clutch and it's ultimately ended up getting them a dropout here. But it is a big risk because if they do go for the shorty and they get it, then it just kills that momentum. And they do go for the short. And it will be caught. by the Tigers. So they are 18 metres out, first tackle. 13 minutes and 52 seconds to go here of the game. They give it off to Funopol? No. Who is this number 15 here for the Tigers? I'm getting confused. And they go out to the left. Jerome Luai. Luai then off to Adam Dewey. And Dewey gets away from a couple, then gets taken down. Number 15 for the Tigers. I'm going to quickly have a look here. 15 is Sione Fainu, sorry. So Terrell May. 5 metres out, 4 tackle. Tigers, you've had a mountain of attacking possession here. A mountain of it. Against a pretty mediocre Raiders defense. So you need to be able to find a way to capitalise on all this possession. Dream Buller! I think he might have scored here. No! Oh, short! Abikotori Sau at the back here too. Latafanu, Jerome Luai. They've got numbers galore. Terrell May forward pass. Oh, no. Oh, Tigers. No, Tigers. What the fuck, Tigers? No, Tigers. Oh, Tigers. No, Tigers. No, Tigers. No, Tigers. No. That's arguably a double movement there from Luai, mind you. Not Luai, Dream Buller, but they didn't call it. But Terrell May, he does throw the ball forward, and it will be a no try. So the Raiders will come up super grateful for that. And it will be Raiders ball hit the 10, 12 and a half minutes to go of the game. What a game of footy here we've got in this second half. We've been spoilt in the last couple of days. A great Origin game on Wednesday, 26-24. Don't forget it. A great under-19s Origin game between the men's yesterday. Queensland winning by 1 point, 23-22. Don't forget it. And then this game here, where it's all on the line with 12 minutes left. Morgan Smithies. The big old Smithies. Smithies taken down 25 metres out, third tackle. Owen Paddy out to Josh Papali'i. They had just a mountain of pressure just then. Like, that was a mountain of pressure just then for the Raiders. I don't know how the Tigers didn't end up scoring. And now they go out to the right. Jamal Fogarty, minus some space. Taken down to the 40, fifth tackle. Dom Felix, since his average first halves in both games as well. Yeah, oh, Raiders here. They've got space. Davy Savage. That will be kicked through. Oh, that's going to be a knock on Tigers first? No, Raiders first. Well, so there's a lot of bounce of the ball there. I thought that maybe the ball was kicked through and then Dream Buller touched it and then... But no, apparently it's knock on here first from the Raiders. They pass out to the right and Savage kicks it through there. That was kick... Where was the... Was that not knock on Tigers first? Oh, on the 40-metre line, so it must have been Xavier Savage who must have knocked it on and not kicked it or something. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused by that. Can someone tell me where the knock-on for the Raiders was just then? Second tackle now for the Tigers at the 45. 10 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new around here. We're live for every single game this weekend. And Alex Twal will be taken down at the 35 in the Raiders side of the field. And Tigers are back here again. They've been here a lot. And they spread out to the left. Jerome Luai, Dream Buller taken down 25 metres away now, fourth tackle. Just outside the 20. Kotoi Sau passes it across to Sione Finau, Latu Fainu, Jerome Luai. So they've got... Do they have 3 halves on the field right now? Is Heath Mason on the field at the moment? And that was not the play from Stafford Toa. It'll be fifth tackle now for the Tigers, 18 metres away. Final play, Kotoi Sau, Sione Finau, Latu Fainu to Jerome Luai. No way is this frozen now. Luai out to the left, kicks it through. Not a good kick, and the Raiders will grab it, and they will bring it to the 5. I don't know why this connection is a little bit all over the shop at the moment. And he got taken back into the in-goal. Sorry, it was frozen for me, but the Raiders got taken back into the in-goal. Mason's off. Okay, so they're not playing 3 hours at the moment. But a dropout will be coming up here from the Raiders. I wonder if they go over the short one again. So for some reason, the internet's playing up a little bit. And Jamal Fogarty will go for a deep one. He does not go for the short and goes all the way out to the 50. Okay, so Tigers, you've got another set here. Another set in the attacking half. They're 32 metres out in from the line. Big Kotoi Sau, he'll give it out to Terrell May, and Terrell May is going to be 25 metres away, second tackle. Second half possession has been 62% of the Tigers. Second half tackle in opposition half is 30-8. The Raiders have only been in the opposition half. Oh, it's a 1-1 strip from the Raiders. That's great defense. That is clutch. That is clutch there. Who is that? Joe Tarpany. Tarpany, he's going to be man of the match if Canberra win this game. If Canberra win this game, it's got to be Tarpany man of the match. That was phenomenal stuff there under a mountain of pressure here, the Raiders. And to come up with that as the captain, that's exactly what you need to be saying. Third tackle here at the 30 with 8.5 left. Out to Fogarty, then to Matty Tomoko. And fourth tackle at 33. They're just grinding it out right now, Canberra. This is what they're known to do in these kind of games. That's what they're known to do. They usually grind out results like this. Maybe not necessarily this season, but definitely in recent history across the last 5 or so years. So Fogarty will kick that one up. Pretty basic set there from Canberra, but it's okay. And Jarrell Skelton gets the ball here at the 18. You'd argue there's a penalty there. You would argue there's a penalty. Yep, Xavier Savage has been called for a penalty. That's stupid. Well, Xavier, if you think that's a penalty, if you think that you're being grabbed on the hair, then challenge it. I think they are going to challenge it. Yeah, but to be fair, they should challenge that. He's got his hair. That's a penalty. To be fair, that should be a penalty. Yeah, captain's challenge for the Raiders. I think this is a penalty to the Raiders. So he's got him by the leg, that's fine, but Jarrell Skelton has grabbed Xavier Savage by the hair and is throwing him around with it. This is a penalty, Canberra. Yeah, Savage is definitely not happy, so he's on the ground, so the tackle's fine. Skelton at the 18. And he's got his hair right there. It's a hair grab. Yeah. It's a penalty to the Canberra Raiders here. Good challenge. It should be anyway. Yep, challenge successful. Jarrell Skelton, you're silly. Like, you've got all the momentum right now, dude. What are you doing? And that's the issue with the Tigers, man. Discipline-wise, come on, man. No, it's not a bin, G. Please don't bin him. Yeah, so it goes the penalty to the Canberra Raiders here. Yep, fair call. Now, there's a consideration for the two, but I don't think they'll take it. It's so stupid, Greg. It's so stupid. You have all the momentum. You've got the ball back, and you decide to grab onto the bloke's hair like a Sheila and throw him around as if you're not going to get penalised for it. Luckily, Xavier Savage challenged it because Adam G, to be fair, I didn't see it, but you did see how angry Xavier Savage was, and for valid reasons. You know, it's just the simple things, man. It really is just the simple things. Oh my gosh, why is this slowing down? Okay, so first tackle of Canberra. Now second, and they're going to be Sungy 13 metres away from the line. Yeah, where's that bloke who got his 50? Yeah, exactly right. How's his 50 looking? That's why we don't talk about it till the thrifty 30, man. So third tackle here for Canberra. 2 metres away from the line. If they score here, you'd probably say game over. Oh, man, this is really annoying me right now. It keeps freezing up. So Owen Paddy gets it out the back to Jamal Fogarty. And Fogarty, oh, dude, this is really pissing me off. I can't even watch the game right now. In a really crucial point of the game, it's frozen for me. 6 minutes, 35 to go. Oh, I think there's minute 6 again. First tackle here for Canberra. Now second, 3 metres out. Sorry, guys, I'm doing my best, but for some reason, the game keeps freezing up. So Owen Paddy gets it out to Jamal Fogarty. Fogarty off to KO Weeks. And Weeks will be 8 metres out. So again, they did get a 6 again. Third tackle here, 7 metres away. Good running, Owen Paddy. 4 metres away. 4 metres away from the line here for Canberra. 4 tackle. Savage, Fogarty, Ethan Strange. Strange on to Sebastian Chris. Sebastian Chris. Oh, 4 metres away again. 5th tackle. Good defence here at the moment from the Tigers. Here we go. Canberra score here. I'd probably say it's game over. And knocked back by Tigers. And it will be a dropout. This is going to be a dropout here, I reckon. Where's the ball? No, ball's out of the end goal. Okay, so literally centimetres has prevented a dropout here. So Terrell May will play the ball centimetres away. But here we go. This is going to be taken back in goal for sure. Yep, see you later. You knew that. You knew that. When you're playing the ball from centimetres out, you knew that Canberra were going to fire up for a dropout there. And they do bring it back onto the end goal. Canberra are well and truly ready for that, and that is a sign of a really good team. I know they've struggled here today, but you're not going to have everything go all your way all the time. You just simply aren't going to have, whether you're the Bulldogs, whether you're the Raiders, the Storm, whoever you are, Warriors, whoever's in the top 4 right now, these teams are going to find tests like this, where teams that they were expected to whoop and were expected to beat well, are going to come in and play up to the opposition, and that's what the Tigers have done here. Raiders get the dropout. It was close, though. Matty Tomoko taking another 10. So if you can grind this out, it's actually nearly more impressive than just getting a whooping. Because you haven't played to your peak, but if you can still win this, it's actually super impressive. But to throw the ball over the sideline. That's not the play, dude. What are you doing? That's just stupid there from... What is he doing? Simi Sasangi, that's so dumb. Mate, you're up by 4 points. Just play out your set, man. They threw the ball over the sideline. Why are you flicking the ball out there? Like, you don't need a Hail Mary. You do not need a Hail Mary. All right, so 4.5 minutes to go here of the game. The Tigers will bring this ball out here to the 15 on first tackle. Let me know in the chat who wins it from here. The Tigers are only down by 4. Converted try wins it. Unconverted try, it goes to extra time. And if no score, obviously Canberra win. So let us know in the chat who you think wins from here. They go out to the left. Latufanu to Jerome Luai. Then to Samuela Fainu, who's 35 metres away. Third tackle from his own try line. Is Telstra coming to haunt you? There's no Telstra here in Thailand. And Latufanu taken down to the 40 on fourth tackle. I don't know what Jack Bird's complaining about. At the 45, Jerome Luai, he steps again. He's still going, then he gets an offload away. And Funua Bole pushes off one. Geez, strong hit there. Fit tackle. Okay, what have you got in the kick here? Koroi Sao gives it to Latufanu. And that's a really high kick. I'd let that bounce. I would let that bounce if I was... Yep, and that will end up going... Oh, jeez, that was really risky. But Jed Stewart luckily does pick it up at the 25. 3 minutes to go. Raiders roar, Tigers bite back, hopefully. Well, there's 3 minutes left here. The Tigers will still get it probably a set in a bit. As long as they don't give away any stupid penalties or six agains or whatnot, they'll probably still get at least a set in a bit. I don't know if they'll get 2 full sets, but they'll definitely get a set in a bit. Third tackle here for Canberra at the 40. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We live for every game this weekend. That's a penalty, Raiders, surely. No? They probably should have penalised Terrell May for that. Corey Horsburgh. We'll talk about the Dolphins Knights game when that game's on. Fourth tackle here for Canberra at the 45. A bit busy right now. 2:45 to go of the game. Oh, Paddy, great little run. Gets inside the 50. See, that's all Canberra need to do. They don't need to go for any Hail Marys right now. You've just got to grind it out. Because this is the kind of game you're going to find in a grand final. You should never expect a blowout in a grand final. You should always expect a game like this. So you just got to really lock down on the simple shit. All right, so Tigers now at their own 13. First tackle. Jerry says Raiders will win. Well, they're up by 4, but the Tigers still have a chance here. 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go of the game. Second tackle with the Tigers at their own 10. Jerome Luai. He steps, goes back to the right-hand side of Fainu. Then to Stafford Toa. And it'll be third tackle. If the Raiders win, Joe Tarpany has to be man of the match. That one-on-one strip before was incredible. Also scored the first try of the game. And has just been phenomenal for Canberra. Out to Dream Buller. Buller mucking away here. Oh, take it down to the 30. Huge attempted break, though. Oh, you got to argue that's a penalty as well. And they give it back to Sunatruva, who'll be taking out the 45 on fit tackle. Tigers are threatening a breakaway. They just can't seem to find it just yet. Jerome Luai, he runs it himself. He kicks it through. And knocked backwards. They've called knock on here, so Tigers will get the ball at the 22. KO Weeks has knocked the ball on, so this is it. This is the game right now. The Raiders will challenge this because they've obviously still got that challenge. It'll be interesting to see if he does actually knock this ball on. I would argue that goes backwards. I would argue this goes backwards. But then again, in Origin, they called Kalimpong as a knock-on, so you don't know shit about what they're going to call anymore. So, yeah, the set was going nowhere, and then it just, because of the speed of the set, despite the fact it was going nowhere, they've found a way to potentially get the ball here in a great area. Oh, no, Dream Buller's offside. Dream Buller is going to be offside, and in the play, he's within 10 metres. Yep, and he makes a play. That's a penalty. Canberra will receive a penalty from this one. Dream Buller is unfortunately offside. So the way you spell Turuva's name, Jarius, is Turuva. Tom says, I reckon the top 3 teams to win this week. Yeah, well, that's a really bold call considering the Bulldogs have a bye. So I think they're going to win this week. I think they're a pretty good shout at a win this week. But that is a penalty against the Tigers. And the Raiders, they've won quite a few challenges. I think it was 3 challenges they've won. And they've still got it. So, Adam G, got to do a bit better. But all right, so the Raiders have a minute 10 to hold out here. They've got a full set of 6. The Tigers might get 1 or 2 tackles. Maybe 2. But if they just slow it down, yeah, I think they'll probably get 2 tackles here, the Tigers. What's Badger going to do here? Well, Badger called the right call, thankfully. She called the right call. Inside the last minute of the game, 50 seconds to go. Joe Tarpany with the ball here at the 40. Oh my gosh, this is infuriating. This keeps freezing up. 3rd tackle, 38 metres away. 3rd tackle. Oh my gosh, it's frozen up again. All right, they go out to the left. It might be a little bit slow for me, but we're doing what we can. 4th tackle for the Raiders at the 30. 37 seconds left. They might even, they'll get maybe 3 tackles, but definitely 2. And Corey Horsburgh, he'll be 25 metres out. If I'm the Raiders here, I go for a field goal. 25 seconds doesn't matter about a 7 tackle set. No, they don't. A field goal actually wouldn't have been too bad. So 19 seconds left, and the Tigers will get the ball. So they're actually only going to get 1 tackle here. Well, no, they'll get 2. They'll get 2. 16 seconds left. Yeah, I know. Badger with multiple good calls in a game, said Watson. It's unheard of. It's absolutely unheard of. All right, 16 seconds left. Thumbs up, subscribe. Tigers go to the right-hand side, off to Latafanu. Latafanu off to Jerome Luai. Luai kicks it through here. Where's the bounce? Campbell will get it, no win. There was a chance for the Tigers. The ball was just kicked a little bit too hard. If that ball wasn't kicked that hard, they probably, if it bounces up for him and it wasn't kicked as hard, the Tigers had a mountain of numbers just then and would have actually won the game. But unluckily for the Tigers, they do kick the ball down deep, too far, and they will lose. So it will be the final score, 16-12 here. It's a fascinating game, absolutely fascinating game, and a great positive game here, despite the fact that a lot of people will look at this as a negative. It is a great positive game there for Canberra to hold out, considering the absolute domination from the Tigers in the second half. They were able to really bring themselves back into it. The possessions in their favour, it's ill discipline really cost them. They had massive amount of meters, more post-contact meters was massive for the Tigers. It was 4-0 line breaks to the Raiders at halftime. It's now 4-4, so it was 4-0 to the Tigers in the second half. Tackle breaks is 47 for the Tigers, which means that the Raiders missed 47 tackles. That's insane. That is absolutely insane from the second place team, but the Raiders will stay in second. Offloads was, I think, 4-4 at halftime, now 7-4, so the Raiders didn't get a single offload in the second half. And effective tackle percentage was 91.35% for the Tigers. They improved on their 89%, and the Raiders went from 88.8 or so percent to 86.37%. So not a good second half there at all. And 47 missed tackles, 12 ineffective. That is 59 bad tackles. That is 59 bad tackles. That is atrocious from Canberra. But again, they were able to find a way to win. And that's the most important part. Errors-wise, the Tigers gave away 16 errors. So up there with the Newcastle Knights standards there of errors, which is what ultimately cost them this game. And for me, a big turning point was that Jarrell Skelton penalty. Like, why give that penalty away? Why grab the hair of a player? You're down by 4. You've got massive momentum. You've scored the previous 2 tries. You're coming back in the second half, and then you grab the player's hair. And when you've got the penalty, you grab the player's hair. Just ridiculous, man. Just ridiculous. But, 16-12 to the Raiders will be the final score. Thanos says, top commentary, mate. Killed my multi, but that's fine. Welcome to the NRL, man. Multis are hard to get this year. A lot of upsets happening. You probably went with the 13 plus, didn't you, for the Raiders? If not, if you went the Tigers upset, you got close. But I appreciate that, man. We'll be live for all 3 games tomorrow. So let's quickly have a look at the 3 games that we've got on tomorrow, guys, before we do jump off here for the night. So the Warriors play the Panthers. That would have been a cracker of a game if the Panthers could have played their full team. But unfortunately, they weren't able to get across from Perth to New Zealand in time, which is ridiculous. The NRL would have known. The NRL would have known before this game, when they did the draw back in September, October last year, the Panthers are going to have majority of the players in Origin. And they obviously knew the game was going to be in Perth. So to give the Panthers the game in New Zealand for this game is just ridiculous, because they would have known the travel time wasn't possible. So I'm really disappointed in the NRL for making that game. Dolphins Knights as well. And then we've got the Rabbitohs and the Melbourne Storm. So Rabbitohs Storm could be interesting, but I've got Storm to win. Dolphins Knights, you'd assume the Dolphins win, but the Knights might be a little bit of an upset sneaky, and I would assume the Warriors win. But yeah, 5 straight losses there for the West Tigers. Tom, unfortunately, they are very susceptible now to dropping into the bottom 4. They did not lose by enough to go below the Rabbitohs for now. They'll go to minus 66. They were at minus 62. So Tigers are at minus 66. If the Rabbitohs are able to beat the Storm, the Tigers would go into the bottom 4. If the Knights are able to beat the Dolphins, then, well, they lost by 4, so they're at minus 66. The Knights are at minus 69, so they'd have to win by 3 or more. So the Tigers could potentially go into 15th, but luckily for them, the Eels and Titans have been so poor with their minus 105 and minus 122 that one of those teams would need to win by 40 or 60 to go above them. So that's just not happening. Whilst the Raiders, they keep the spot up there in the second spot. But alright guys, I'm jumping off here for now. I appreciate you as usual. Obviously hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new around here. We slap it down every single day. We've got 3 games tomorrow, 3 games on Sunday, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.